Nobody should freeze to death in Colorado.
Low temperatures this weekend will drop below zero, with wind chills well below zero. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
A couple crashes on the interstate to occupy your 9 o'clock commute into downtown. I-25 northbound approaching 6th Avenue. A crash blocking 2 right lanes as stop and go back from Evans. We're seeing about 20 minutes of delays. This one involving a semi-truck might be around for at least a couple minutes or so. Up on the north end of town, I-25 southbound at the 88th Avenue overpass. A crash moved over to the right shoulder. Has slow driving back from 104th. Fox 31 at Pinpoint weather. Another sunny day out there, but windy with a high of 35 degrees. Snow throughout the weekend. We've got an overnight low of -4. Scattered snow showers Saturday and Sunday. The current temperature in Denver is a cold 24 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Jeffrey Epstein docs come out saying Bill Clinton, quote, likes them young, and the media utterly ignores it.
Plus, Mayorkas impeachment. We cover it all. Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
If addiction, trauma, depression, or anxiety are affecting your life and family, the Raleigh House is here for you. The dedicated team of professionals at the Raleigh House provides a premium level of care for substance use and mental health disorders. We believe recovery is possible. The Raleigh House can help. Call 720-797-8717 to get the help you need. That's the Raleigh House. 720-797-8717.
How about this plum crazy match made in heaven? Buy a new Carrier AC and get a new Carrier furnace free. A deal for any budget. Only from Plumline Services and Carrier. Turn to the experts. From Castle Rock to Longmont, Plumline's been earning our trust since '98 with a spirit of excellence. Service at home, servants at heart. Schedule online. No phone call, no hassle, no wait. PlumlineServices.com. That's PlumlineServices.com.
It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Friday at 4, a major new study shows the devastating effects of marijuana on our teens and young adults. What is it going to take for this state to reverse the mistake of legalization? Join me at 4.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show, the only show anywhere of its kind. I get tired of saying that, really, because it really is. We don't try to bend your religion, politics, or beliefs in anything. What we try to do is help you. Now, we take stands on certain things when it comes to the economy and finance and government interfering in our lives, when it comes to our everyday aches and pains, the things that tick us off, the things that make us tick. On Fridays, we do Car Day, and today we have, if you look at that camera on YouTube or Facebook where we're streaming, you'll see the studio is filled with a bunch of degenerates, and I apologize for that, but we can't help it. That's Jeff Vick is with Kimmer Transmission, Kevin Calkin Sheridan Autotech, and then we have Deputy Doc, and there's Susan, Mark, and so she's the only degenerate. She's the only one not who's a degenerate. Is she there? I see her. No, not right now. She was there. Is she there? I can't tell.
Hey, Tommy, I'm here.
Are you in the studio?
I sure am.
Okay, I didn't mean you when I said degenerates.
I know you didn't.
And of all those people, Sue's been with me the longest, so think about that. And so...
Why'd you leave me out?
What's that?
Why'd you leave me out when you're picking degenerates?
Oh, Shannon, I didn't see you. So you're absolutely right. In fact, in the dictionary, when you look up degenerate, you'll see his smiling face.
Shirtless.
Yes, okay, for sure. You know what? Who would most likely grow up to be in the TV series Shameless of our whole group here today? Shannon.
That's right, Tom.
Shannon, I can see Mark being in there. He'd be the king scammer there, you know, the one that was in charge. What's his name? Bill Macy. That would be Mark. And then Shannon would definitely have a part. Anyway, 303-713-TALK. We're going to talk to Jose. I assume it's Jose. Jose?
I didn't know you was there.
Hey, what's going on with you and your truck, man? What's happening?
Hey, man, good morning. This is Tom Martino.
Yes, it is, and I'm proud to talk to you, bro. What's going on?
Man, it's been a while, man. How's it going? Hey, man, look at this. We're driving on the highway. We got an accident with a transfer case from somebody's truck.
No, wait a minute. Somebody's transfer case. Wait. Somebody's transfer case hit you?
Yeah, under the truck, brand new truck. That was not even a month old. So
Wait,
anyway,
I don't get it. Did your transfer case get damaged?
Somebody else's transfer case coming out of the truck.
Oh, hey guys, what makes a transfer case jump out of a truck and hit him?
Most likely had a bad U-joint or something. They were driving with it, especially on the Dodges.
Yep.
They will create a vibration and they will break apart.
Either that or he had a loose one in the back of his truck.
So okay, a transfer case hit you, and what happened? A brand new truck.
Okay, so these guys, the insurance pays for all the repairs and stuff like that. Now, my question is, Tom Martino, what's going on this part? What we need to do, because we had our truck on the service on Purchase Motors, Colorado Springs. We need the truck, and we don't have no truck on that time with our tools for sewer and water, jumping jack, you name it, pliers, all kinds of stuff that we need. We tried to talk to these guys' insurance so they can pay for our days that we lost.
It's called loss of use.
I'm sorry?
It's called loss of use. That's the damage you're incurring. So in addition to the truck itself, it was your work truck.
They don't want to pay for it.
They don't want to pay for the
They
additional...
paid to repair it. Tom, I know a little bit about this. By the way, these guys are on our referral list, Rocky Mountain Sewer and Drain. But anyhow, so the other guys hit them. The insurance company takes responsibility. They gave them a rental truck, but they still lost before they got a rental truck. They still lost a lot of days of work. How much money are you talking about, Jose?
Man, I don't know. Probably maybe over $5,000.
So how do we get this insurance company to cough up the bucks,
You know what
man?
I'd like to do, Mark? I'd like to talk to John Fuller. I
Or
know
Brian.
This does not involve personal injury, but he knows a lot about damages and collections. And what I want to know is, remember we give this analogy from time to time. What if he was on his way to a real estate deal that was going to make
or to the airport for a 2-week vacation in Hawaii?
Exactly. Like, how much do damages extend? That's really what I want to do. So, Jose, we're going to get John Fuller on, Fuller Law. I think it would be a good person to ask in general about these losses. So hang on there, okay?
And then how to actually recoup them is more of the issue. If the insurance company's saying no, no, no.
Good question. Good topic. So we're going to ask Fuller. Let's go to Gator right now. Gator, what's going on with you, Gator?
Hey, so I caught a bus. I caught one of those RTD buses.
Yeah.
Up by Frederick, Colorado. But then we start going, and this driver was just driving wild. I mean, this guy was driving horse wild. So I said, hey, bus driver, what you trying to do up there? And he says, you better get off my bus. And I said, I ain't going no damn wire. And he said,
where? By the way, Gator,
off my bus right here.
Gator, where did you pick up this bus?
North I-25 up there.
Gator sounds like a fake call, if you ask me.
To me, it does sound almost fake. But
me off the bus in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, here's what I want to know. Let's play along here. Where'd he drop you off?
In the middle of no damn where, and I had to take a cab, and I think I need to sue this bus driver and sue RTD. What can I do? What do I need to do?
I don't think RTD is going to pay you a dime. Now, did you have witnesses on this bus? Did you get any names or numbers?
I didn't get any phone numbers, no, sir.
Okay, here's the thing. I think truly you're going to lose if you try to sue them. They're going to say they had the bus driver's going to say,
Hi, Frequency Gateway Station 412, Mr. Trey speaking. How can I help you?
What just happened, guys?
Put it on hold.
Was that a
Something's
crank
up.
call, Mark?
Well, of course.
Okay.
I'm just afraid he patched in like 911 or something. Let's put it on hold.
Let's get Gator out of there. Gator, call back when you get another name.
Call back when you're not on the bottle, brother.
Okay, Kelly's turn. Kelly, welcome. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on, Kelly?
Well, this is a little different than a car issue.
Okay, no problem.
I appreciate you taking my call, and it's about burglaries that have happened in Greenwood Village.
Now, wait a minute. Oh, Kelly, is this your home that happened to?
It's my family's home, my parents.
Now, Kelly, we have not talked before. Have we ever communicated before by text?
You've communicated actually with my mom, but
okay, that's the one. Okay, this is a case. Hold on. I do want to talk about this because this one is weird. This one is very, very weird. I really want your opinion on this. And Kelly, hang on, and we'll take your call right after this. I'm Tom Martino. You're not going to believe this one, and I think something's going on. By the way, 888heating.com. You got freezing weather. If your furnace or air quits right now, they're going like crazy, but they're replacing with high efficiency. That will save you a ton of money. So if you're going to replace anyway, you can go for high efficiency. It'll pay for itself. 303-770-2776.
Inflation?
Yeah, I still hate it.
Inflation Salvation.
Save me with some cash.
Oh my God.
Keep listening every weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your chance to win $1,000. Just listen for the hourly keyword, then enter it at khow.com. Sponsored by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, it's Rick Lewis. When you're in a wreck, call the attorneys I trust at Lerner & Rowe. The consultation is free, and they don't charge you a penny until they settle your case.
Call Lerner & Rowe. Those guys are great. Call 303-333-8888.
You know, if you are looking for a big motor vehicle like an RV, Lazy Days RV is the RV authority, lazydays.com, and we love having them on the referral list. They took over the Century RV up at I-25 and Exit 240 in that beautiful big maintenance facility that can handle anything. They also have the best new and used car deals, RV deals, anything from a camper trailer all the way to a Class A motorhome. LazyDays.com. Exit 240 and I-25 go south on Frontage Road there for that location, but they're all over, and they have great deals, and you have support for your warranties all over the country. LazyDays.com. Hey, you want investments that are safe. You want investments that are conservative, where you don't have to have a ton of money to start. You can do that with overfunding life insurance. BecomeTheBanker.org. Joe Cano was the first one to introduce this strategy to people across the country, and he even trains others who offer it. BecomeTheBanker.org. And that's Joe Ciano. I want you to also talk to him about an annuity if you want to convert some of your stock market funds in your retirement over to something secure and guaranteed. 303-779-6600. 303-779-6600.
Thank you.
4 minutes. All these old fucks, man. They put on this magnifying to 50 degrees.
Yeah, I don't need glasses.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm new here. Do we get prank calls?
We do.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
And from time to time, I don't mind them, actually, from time to time.
You changed all your settings, bro.
Yeah.
Your microphone settings are a little odd.
Your microphone's different.
You really want to broach this with him now?
Well,
yeah,
I
you're
actually
right.
didn't
You're
change
right.
anything,
You're
but
right.
I don't mind. What do you want me to do?
He didn't change anything.
You're right.
It sounds like the settings are a little bit different in the Roadie for the microphone vis-a-vis the strong, medium, weak voice.
Okay, listen. Tell me what you mean. Is my voice overpowering or not enough?
Not enough and
okay, hold
too
on.
high.
I mean, it's really easy for me to look at this microphone. I have the setting.
Right, yeah, just click on the face, on the head there, and say, go ahead and say strong. And go ahead and say strong and deep. I mean, even if we're kind of...
Hello.
Yeah.
How do we get to that one?
Whichever mic you're on, number one, right?
Yeah.
So hit the number 1 button.
Yes.
And then it should have the 4 icons up there, and one of them is
my icons are just
voice?
the kind of mic.
Oh, no, you want to go back to the main screen for that one. So hit back.
Okay, got it. Microphone, got it. Okay, microphone, power. Okay, hold on. Level is where it always has been. Audio processing, I have compressor on, high-pass filter on, de-esser on, noise gate on. I have the processing on, big bottom on, and they're all on. And then I go
turn off the aural exciter. It's not really helpful for AM.
Aural exciter. Okay, that's off.
Sounds like a sex toy.
Big bottom. Do you want me to turn big bottom
That's
off?
an anal exciter. No, leave big bottom on.
Okay, hold on.
And then go
Once
back.
again.
Now I go to voice. The tone
the
is
voice.
high on here. Should I put medium?
Yeah, go ahead and do medium, strength, and deep. And see if that makes you a little deeper.
Okay, how's that?
Hopefully that's good.
I mean, tell me, is it changed?
Try go ahead, try high for voice.
Strong?
Not strong, although strong would work too. Strong
Testing.
and high.
How's strong sound?
Oh, much better.
Okay. Listen, Mark.
Much better.
I took photographs. I have pics, not photos, but
We
pics.
bet.
Yeah, well.
Of all the
Okay,
settings.
big bottom exciter with picks.
Anal exciter, yeah.
These sections are different now that I put them, and I think that must change with the broadband or something because I haven't touched this thing.
We know you never touch anything.
Mark, I really don't.
Hey, I
look
think
at
that
how- I didn't even
sometimes
know how to
the
get
board
it. I mean,
resets.
I'm not
I think the
even
board
that
goes
familiar
back
of
to
getting
mid and mid.
inside that thing to change it. Do they ever reset themselves, Shannon?
I think so. Yes.
Probably when you unplug power, right?
It could. It could.
You know what? That could have happened during the long break.
John Fuller is on, but he doesn't have a lot of time.
I'll
He's at
go
the
right to
airport.
him.
Okay.
Lucky bastard.
First I got to screw up all these settings. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on, let me switch my camera over.
Yeah,
Let me turn my exciter down
Unplug the whole thing.
and go to my big bottom. Do you have any pics I can look at?
They are of a medical nature.
Mark, what did you do with my other pics I sent you of my big bottom? You usually keep them.
You won't want to miss the
Here we go.
episode of Our American Stories.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. John Fuller, myaccidentlawyer.co. Speaking of attorneys we trust, for years and years and years, we've asked them all kinds of questions having to do with damages for accidents, losses, whether they be property losses or other kinds of losses. And by the way, this is not a personal injury, but John Fuller handles so many accidents, I thought he might at least know if this guy's barking up the wrong tree. John, if you have a commercial truck and it's damaged heavily and it has to be repaired, and you have consequential damages as a result. Now, they rented him a truck, but he has other inconveniences, lost jobs and stuff because of all of his tools and all of that.
He lost about $5,000 of revenue, John.
What do you do with something like that? Is that recoverable, John?
Hey, good morning, Tom. It really depends on the provisions of the actual insurance contract. You need to pull that policy out and look at the definitions.
It's the other person's policy. It's the other person's policy? No?
It sounded like you were talking about his own policy.
Let's talk about both. Let's talk about both. With his own policy.
All right, so it's really simple. If it was caused by another person and you're going after that person, you can claim any and all damages that you actually incurred and that you can prove. And so if those are consequential damages, I mean, there is a limit. We'll let you go down that road. But I mean, if it's a natural and foreseeable consequence of what happened in the accident, then yeah, it's a recoverable cost. In your own policy, on the other hand, we have to look very carefully at the policy definitions of what they cover and what they do not. And many of those kind of damages are excluded. And so, you know, it's like saying a good example would be a rental car. You felt like you were entitled to the same car that you had. You wanted the big Cadillac or the Escalade SUV or something like that. But in your policy, it specified that you were going to have a small little economy, car or something. Well, guess what? The policy is going to prevail. If you bought and specified that little small two-wheel drive passenger sedan, you're not going to get the big Escalade just because you happen to be driving one that got damaged in the accident. So,
John, in this case, it was definitely the other driver, but the insurance company, when they request that money that they lost because they couldn't work that day, they own their own company, they were on a way to a job. They lost 2 or 3 days of revenue, which is about $5,000, and the other insurance companies tell them to pound sand. So what do?
Can he go to small claims court against that the driver for $5,000?
Of course. Yeah, if that's the totality of your damages, you can certainly go to small claims court for that. Here's a challenge that I run into all the time. As a self-employed person, I understand this, and I think you guys do as well. Lost opportunities are speculative at best because you may get that opportunity back the next day or the day after that, or you found some other opportunity to capitalize on. It's very difficult to prove lost opportunity. How did did you truly lose that job? What was your profit going to be on the job? It's not the contract amount of the job, but it's the anticipated profit on the job. So there's all these different issues that you can't just say, well, it was a $10,000 contract and therefore I want $10,000. It doesn't work that way. You were never going to make $10,000 of profit. You were only going to make, say, $1,500 or $2,000 in profit after you deducted your expenses and all of that kind of stuff. So there's a ton of factors that makes it very difficult to calculate, and I think a lot of the times insurance companies just deny because they know the burden of proof is on you, and they know the complexities of proving those losses.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, John. It really does. Jose, you may want to try small claims for $5,000 or whatever, or for the profit of that job, but break it down because, as John said, just because you would have gotten maybe a check for $5 doesn't mean you would have made $5. Also, did you recoup that job? Did the guy come back later? John Fuller, by the way, this is the kind of thing he does for everyone, not just your personal injury, but if you have questions about any of your accidents, myaccidentlawyer.co, give him a call. He'll go over this stuff with you personally if you decide to hire him. He works on a percentage fee basis. And then what he does is he goes after the real damages for you as far as your personal injury and then instructs you on everything else like he just did. That's 303-597-4500. Thank you, John. 303-597-4500. Let's keep going here now. Kelly. I remember hearing from your mom, and here's why this attracted my attention. Kelly had a break-in to her home, right, Kelly?
Yes. Yep. In May of 2022.
Now,
and
it came, I want to mention this, Kelly. It came at a certain time after you had scheduled, I believe, all of your jewelry.
That's correct.
Was it 2023 or 2022?
It was this particular one was in 2022, but there has been several more since then.
With you or with others?
With other people.
Now listen to this, guys. In every case that she started looking into, and then they called me, or her mom called, they had a certain insurance company, and they had just gotten done doing a policy and scheduling jewelry. Meaning you had
they thought the insurance company or someone there was in
Kelly,
cahoots.
Did you have to list each and every piece of jewelry?
You had to list every item as well as where the items were.
Yeah, where they're stored.
So and that was, kind of one of the connections between these cases is that people didn't ransack the whole house. They seemed to go right to the target, which is interesting. In addition, the insurance company is Chubb Insurance, and in March of 2023, we received a letter about a data breach that they had. But kind of why I wanted to talk about it on here is that we can't seem to get the police department to investigate Chubb Insurance. They're claiming that there's a jurisdictional issue. So unless we have more people...
Wait a minute. What do they mean, jurisdictional issue? So they're saying We had this one time with Commerce City.
She wants to go after Chubb, the insurance company. Didn't they pay you for the jewelry that got stolen, though?
They did.
So what lost you? What do you want them to go after? I don't get it.
I think that there is a connection. I want the.
But you have been made whole.
Mark, she's not saying she wants money from Chubb. She's saying they ought to look into it.
Yes, because I think that whatever list was, however, I don't know yet how the breach occurred. I don't know if it was an inside person, if it was potentially a data breach. I don't know because they haven't investigated it.
Okay, what you're saying is they didn't look into it, and I think they looked at what Mark just said. There's no victim. This is what they're thinking. There's no victim. We had this happen one time with credit card fraud.
All the time, or banks and bad checks.
Yeah, they had a credit card fraud on camera, and what happened was none of the stores would press charges because they were all reimbursed. The credit card companies were the ones that took the hit.
But beyond that, if there was a leak at Chubb, and Chubb paid out all these people that just listed this expensive jewelry, they had to make that payout. Why wouldn't they do an internal investigation? They're not going to share that with these other people.
Well,
to think that they didn't do anything, I think's crazy.
It's pretty obvious that Chubb was not. They wouldn't do this because it would hurt them. But someone who works there or someone who breached their records definitely had records. Think about this. It's not a coincidence that a bunch of burglaries happen right after they schedule jewelry and show people where they put it. I mean, or not show them, but tell them. And then the burglaries, they go right to the place where it's stored. They take the jewelry. Did you have it in a safe?
Tom, I agree with you 100%. All I'm saying is Chubb's not stupid. They're going to say, wow, we had 20 claims that all just signed up. We got to figure out what's going on. I don't know what the police, I don't know what the FBI, this is a Chubb issue.
Well, it is, but it's also a crime.
I think that whoever, I would hope that our police department wants to actually find who's doing these burglaries and prosecute them. And I think that that's really not.
We do think that, but Kelly, that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you. We are under the false impression that police investigate stuff like this. And I say false impression. They don't investigate hardly anything. Police take reports, and if enough reports come in and jive with each other, and a case falls into their lap, they'll pursue it. Police do not go out, like you see on TV, and find breadcrumbs and put those breadcrumbs together to make a case. They just don't do it.
Unless it's like a murder or something.
That's right. The only time that happens is with homicide. You will not find them ever going through this for burglary unless, listen carefully, if multimillionaires had multi-millions stolen all together, you might get enough pressure on police to try to solve the crime. You will not have it if the victims are homeless, or if the victims are regular people, or if the victims aren't putting pressure and they don't all get together. What I mean is, if one neighborhood
really
was...
sad.
Go ahead.
That's really sad. I mean, it's why Colorado is now in reports for being... number one in auto theft is because we're not.
Well, we're number one in a lot. Or let's put it this way: for our population and the size of state, our crime statistics are off the wall. They're crazy. I mean, not just burglaries, not just homicides, not just shoplifting, not just homelessness, everything. For our population, we're up with the big boys. I mean, I hope Governor Polis, he gave his State of the State address. I wonder if he realizes truly the state of the state, or does he elude himself into thinking we are honky-dory, because we're certainly not. And here's the deal. The reason I had you on, I want people to contact me. Help@troubleshooter.com is the email. Or you can call if anything like this happened. It doesn't even have to be with Chubb, because I suspect that there are data breaches all over the place. But there was a data breach at Chubb, and all of these people get robbed. Now, as Mark said, that would make them responsible. But they are paying. In other words, Kelly, you're in a catch-22. Yes, if Chubb denied these claims, I mean, obviously, they're not. They're paying them. They're saying, oh, my God, whether it's a data breach that led to the burglary or a guy walking by in a hoodie, we're going to pay it. And they paid it. So technically, you're not a victim, technically. So what I'd like to know, just on a side note, did they give you any trouble at all with replacement values?
They did not, but I think that, there's some items that are not
sentimental
like
and all
there's
that.
no monetary value to them, right? So there's that aspect. I don't think that, although I agree that Chubb is also a victim of having to pay out the claims, doesn't remove the homeowner from still being the victim. And really, I just want these crimes to stop. And if we don't prosecute things, if we don't investigate things.
Right, and we don't. I mean, we don't. And I'd like to, I mean, like I said, Kelly, we don't. That's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you when I heard about this. And I want others to contact me because I believe that, yes, Mark, I believe that the FBI takes data breaches way too casually. Although people are insured and you can't point to someone who as a result has lost a ton of money, it is terrible. What they do is they breach, they find out where your jewelry is. So people, when you get insurance and you fill out where your stuff is and how much it's worth and what they are, they go right for that. It's incredible. Kelly, thank you for calling. I'm going to keep your information. And then I want people to contact me if they've had, if burglars went into your home and knew where everything was and did not really ransack, but took specific things. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
A fairly quiet drive throughout the Denver Metro for the Friday 10 o'clock hour. One incident over on the east end of town. A fire has the intersection of Chambers Road and Yale closed. Fire crews blocking all lanes of traffic at the intersection. Otherwise, like I said, quiet driving throughout town. I-25 north and southbound. We're seeing highway speeds into and out of downtown. Slowdowns into the high country. I-70 both east and westbound. Slower speeds between Silverthorne and Vale. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a pinpoint weather alert weekend. We are expecting freezing temperatures starting tonight and through till Monday. Expecting about 3 or 4 inches of snow midday Saturday with more snow on Monday. The current temperature in Denver is 26 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHL.
I'm Ben Ferguson. And I'm Ted Cruz. Jeffrey Epstein docs come out saying Bill Clinton, quote, likes them young, and the media utterly ignores it.
Plus, Mayorkas impeachment. We cover it all. Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies and I, along with some other financial experts, will be giving a summit, and it will be done on February 8th. I want you to save that date. That's February 8th. And that's for retiring with security and peace of mind. And these guys are sponsors of this show, but I'm an actual client, and I will answer questions on how they work with you to put together a plan. Not just elements, not just one thing, not just an annuity or not just an investment account or not just insurance or not just a loan or not just a reverse loan or not just an estate with wills. They do it all. They are the quarterback of your retirement plan, and they'll talk about how they do it, how they save you money, and why it's wise to use them. February 8th, and it's going to be at the Delta Hotel in Thornton. You'll find out more as we go, but go to the website to find out more, rpcenter.com. That's rpcenter.com.
Yep.
It's a lot of work for wings, though.
I love it. 4 minutes if you got to go.
But she fries them.
Thank you for telling me that.
And at least Jeff is listening if you want. Now, Suze is always listening, but not completely.
Let's get some car stuff going.
But it's almost $2.
Yeah, man.
You can win.
Maybe
You get like
Where is it?
Kipling and Morrison.
What's it called?
I can't remember.
Is it
'cause
smoked?
Yeah, it's all barbecue. Yeah. You know.
So you remember Brothers? Or is it Brothers? Yeah, Brothers.
Yeah,
Barbecue.
Brothers Barbecue.
So I used to go there. I forget what day. It might have been Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, I'd get chicken wings and beef ribs.
Ugh.
And then they got rid of their chicken wings, man. And that was it. I haven't been back there since.
I'll tell you, they make great.
Is it called Smokehouse or is it called Moe's? There's two.
Moe's is good.
Brothers is definitely still around, you know.
Fall off the bone, delicious.
Barbecue, Kipling, and Morrison, and those two came up.
It's Sam Taylor's. Were you guys talking about Sam's?
Sam's?
Sam Taylor's.
Sam Taylor's?
Sam Taylor's, yeah. Remember that overnight guy?
Man, they have
On
some-
KOA,
Barber.
he used to talk about Sam Taylor.
Rick
Hey,
Barber.
Robert, it's Kelly
Man,
from the Tom
he'd
Martino
sit
Show.
there on that radio, and he would explain how good Sam Taylor's was.
Jeff, tell him
My
Rick
mouth
Barber.
would be watering when
What is
he
it?
finished.
Rick Barber.
Rick Barber?
Rick Barber.
I can't.
That was so sad. God,
You would think he was eating that fucking
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, I don't know.
We will.
You buy a rack of ribs.
You know, but
Ken Sasso was pretty sad too.
yeah, Ken went fast though.
Yeah.
Rick Barber, all he wanted to do is retire and play golf, and he was having so much fun. And then he came down with that goddamn terrible, terrible, terrible disease.
You guys see this
What
thing?
was it, like MS or?
No, it was that Lou Gehrig.
Oh, Lou Gehrig's.
What do they call that again?
ALS.
Oh my God, that's what it was. ALS. Oh, it was terrible. Terrible.
I never got to know him, but I saw him all the time when I was doing late night. I was in between Russ Johnson and him.
They're fighting in Target.
Wow.
Yeah. Maniac women.
He was on wasn't he on like
That's
6 hours or something?
Yeah, midnight to 5.
I wonder if my Taylor
Sometimes 11 to 5. Yeah, it might have been 11 to 5 most of the
I
day.
think it was because I was off at 11.
Okay. Yep, 11 to 5. Wow.
Well, the whole thing started
With he and Big Steve holding down the fort, literally.
Yeah.
I haven't read the article. I just
He was good at those
Something
barbecue
happened to
commercials,
ladies'
though, man. Those really stuck with me all these years.
was. But the car's torched, and the
Stanley
Stanley Cup
Cup.
is still sitting in the center console.
not a lot going on at the moment. Stanley Cup.
You know who else could sell good? Boyles could sell good.
Now I'm gonna have to
Boyles
check
is a
out
good
my Stanley
salesman.
Cup.
Seriously. You're going to have to lock your car. You can't leave that in there anymore.
I'm telling you.
Tom's pretty good.
It's in the office right now. I don't.
I'd say Tom's the best, and I'm talking now. We're going back old school before me. Tom's the best,
I don't even see it.
and I think in the area, I think Boyles would be second best. What do you think, Tom? I'm not talking about content. I'm talking purely sales.
I used to really believe in like. I mean, I like Peter, but once in a while, Peter, I believe, got a little too casual, and he was too. He got
used to it.
I mean, I remember, he'll say, well, blah blah blah. He'd even say that during a commercial. I mean, he's great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is after he's been doing it 50 years or so. So I mean, but yeah, he's definitely.
Listen,
Mike
I know
Rosen. Mike
I
Rosen
won't.
was a very credible
fit, and I
endorsement
want to
person for me.
Yeah.
Good shape.
No, but going back to
Back it up.
Boyles real quick, you made me think of something. When he was selling my Mountain Peak
It's a little on
computer
the small
stores,
side, and I'm a little on the big side. So
you're right. If I heard a spot one day, it could be just the best best spot ever, and then the next day it was like you're everybody and anybody.
Right.
So a lot of it was mood oriented.
Oh, here we go.
704-2449. RedRocksRS.com.
Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. We do have car calls coming up, so hang on, and I'll get to all of these calls. Tanya, she wants to talk about Casa Bonita, an issue with Casa Bonita. Man, I have not heard a lot about them since they opened and all that. I haven't been there. Have you been there since any of you guys been there since they opened?
I haven't.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I went 2 days ago.
You were?
Oh, what'd
Yeah.
you think? Give us a Shannon review.
Seriously.
Oh, it was fantastic.
No
I went with
fooling.
my
You were
daughter. I've been
honest to
going since I
goodness.
was
You really
7,
were
and I
there.
teared up a couple of times. It was great to be back.
Shannon, are you kidding or is it for real?
Not at all. Not kidding at all.
Oh, my goodness. Was it fun?
Yes, they've done such a great job cleaning it up, moving a few things around. It was beautiful.
Was the show good?
Yeah. The cliff diving, the gorilla, all of it was great.
Really? You know, I've never been there in 30-plus years in Denver. Never been there.
Tanya, tell us what's going on.
When they first came out with the Casa Bonita and the tickets and so forth, I got the tickets, and unfortunately I had a family emergency, so I couldn't get them. They only give you a certain time frame to get these tickets for later in the month or next month. Okay. So I couldn't get it. So I waited like 4 months to get the tickets, to get an email again. And to me, that's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You know, it's Casa Bonita. The way they're handling it is.
So tell me what. So it just you're unhappy with the reservation part, or when you finally got there. Tell me about that.
Oh, well, I haven't been able to get there yet because I got an email recently on Friday to get reserved tickets by today. And if I don't get the tickets by today, then I'm going to have to wait months again. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because that's ridiculous how they are handling it. And there's nobody, when you call the phone number, there's nobody that answers the phone to say, hey, can I pay it on the 15th is when I get
I am so lost here. Can someone please explain to me, if I want to go eat there, I've got to buy a ticket?
Yes.
Okay, and I can't just go online and buy a ticket?
No. Wait, now you don't have to buy a ticket, right? Wasn't that only in the beginning?
No, it's still going on right now. And the thing is my brother is turning 40 on the 27th. He's special needs. He loves Casa Bonita. He's been talking about it forever, and within last week he was in the hospital, and he's fine now. But now I'm screwed because I don't have the money to get the ticket to pay for it today, so I'm going to probably not get another email until June. It's just ridiculous how they're handling it.
But wait, if you don't have the money to get the tickets, how is that their fault?
Well, that's true. It is, yeah, but I was going to have them ask them to extend it until the 15th so I could pay for it then.
So, okay, hold on. I got to understand this. So I'm on their site right now. I hit get tickets. They want your email. So after some period of time, you get an email. And then the email says you can now buy a ticket. Shannon, please.
I just sent you my confirmation email. Open that up and read all the fine print.
Okay, but she has the opportunity to buy a ticket right now for what day? For tonight?
No, it's for the 20th, the 23rd. But after today, that request of the invoice is gone.
Okay, but you're saying you don't get your paycheck for 3 more days, so you can't do it.
Right.
All right, you know what? I'll buy the tickets for you, and nice. I'm not going to run a background check or anything, but your ass better pay me back on the 15th. Deal?
Okay.
Kelly, get her info.
How much are the tickets?
My God, it's cheap Mexican food and a cliff show. That's a good question. How much are these tickets?
About 60.
Yeah, no problem.
How much?
30 or 40
bucks.
Yeah, but she's bringing 10 people.
That's fine. How many people are you bringing? She's like, party of 40.
That's 4.
Okay, no problem. We'll get this. No big deal.
Okay. You hang in there, and we will make arrangements off the air. 303-713-8255.
I didn't know you were rapping. Hey, listen, I didn't get
red.
Just tell me what they are.
I didn't get to write Art of Granite. Just Art of Granite 30.
One incident over on the east end of town. A fire has the intersection of Chambers Road and Yale closed. Fire crew.
Sir, when you're done, Mr. President, leave the stage to the left.
And quiet driving throughout town. I-25 north and southbound. We're seeing highway speeds into and out of downtown. Slowdowns into the high country. I-70 both east and westbound. Slower speeds between
Understood.
Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a pinpoint weather alert.
Secret Service going to tackle you, hold you down?
Starting tonight and through till Monday, expecting about 3 or 4 inches of snow midday Saturday with more snow on Monday. The current temperature in Denver is 26 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
If you're looking for storytelling that isn't saturated with wokeness, then Red Pilled America is the show for you. Great storytelling, zero wokeness. You're going to love it. Listen to Red Pilled America every week on the free iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
You know, you can't call most businesses and say, hey, by the way, how much is this going to cost me? Oh, they hem and they haw. They want to meet with you to talk you into it. Not at the Art of Granite. Mitch has such great deals and is so busy. He'll take a phone call. He'll ask you about your square footage and measurements, so take some. A few pics maybe from your phone. He'll give you a price on the phone for whether it's granite at the Art of Granite. Of course, he does any natural stone, man-made material, whatever it is. He tears out and hauls away free too. And then he'll give you a choice. You can have a free vanity if you have the kitchen done or a free kitchen sink. Here's the deal. Get your price right now. 303-386-5919. Beautiful countertops. 303-386-5919.
Hey, Tanya. Hey, how do I get these for you? Can I call them up? Do you send me an email? How do I pay for it? Okay, send me the email. Mark, M-A-R-C.
Ken, can you hear Tommy okay now?
Troubleshooter.com.
Ken?
Maybe yes, maybe no.
Here's Mark fine. He's having a problem with Susan.
Who are you calling?
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul the
Oh, yeah.
Waterman, Saturday the 20th at 10.
Dong Hung? Dong Hung. Hung Dong.
Paul the Waterman.
Hello, do I have Hung Dong?
Paul the Waterman at house.
I feel bad for her because she doesn't even have someone to spot her $1.50 or whatever it is, you know?
Does she have the gas money to get there?
The only real
Gotta take
question,
the
only real
bus fare?
question, Jeff, is she going to pay me back? There's no other question.
She hasn't got the fucking bus fare, man.
Well, if you have her come here for the tickets.
It doesn't. I'm sure there's no paper tickets.
She owes you 6 sopapillas.
In fact, when Tom turns 80, we're going to have his 80th at fucking Casa Bonita.
Only God willing.
10 more years of this?
Yep, and we're going to help him.
He didn't say that I would be on the air. He said, because I won't be on the air.
You probably won't even be.
That's what he said when he was 60,
No,
about 70,
Mark,
but that's all right.
Trust me, I am at my wit's end.
Not to jinx you, but you probably won't be consuming air.
Hey, when I turn 80 in November, you're going to
He might be cliff diving.
Yeah, don't say that. Deputy Doc's here.
Hey, yeah, when I turn 80 in November, you're going to have a party for me, too?
I will. We will.
We
Doc.
will have a party for you.
Doc,
Need you to autograph
Not
this
only
guy.
is it going to be a party, I promise you this, hookers.
Yep.
You know what? No. Doc couldn't handle it, so we got to get him. I'm going to get him a gift. Horny goatweed tea.
No. 80-year-old hookers, Tom.
Oh.
God.
Mark has been working.
Shannon's like, sign me up for that party.
Mark has been working behind the scenes to get you back on Match.
Horny goatweed.
Who doesn't want to be gummed to death?
Hey, that's a good question. Someone wants to know what happened to that horrible Beatles picture that was behind you.
Well, if they notice,
here
the
we go.
camera angle changed, right?
Oh, so it's still there.
No, it's not there. Well, I have
Same
the
on?
Abbey Road thing up
Okay,
there.
then
You
I'll
can see
wait
just the
till we
edge
go
of it.
back.
Were
But
you
if
gonna
I
say
put
something
this
horrible?
thing
I
up,
gotta
hold
order
on.
pizza.
I'll show
I thought
you.
he finally got taste.
No, it would go behind my head and it wouldn't look good. Watch.
Oh, God, don't move anything, please.
Is his camera upskirt now? I haven't
Don't,
looked.
don't move anything.
There. I'll put that there. See?
You've got that beautiful monitor. You should put your, stuff you like on that monitor as a slideshow.
Yeah, I should change the movie. You're right. I'm going to do that. That's a good idea. But see, the Beatles goes behind me and you don't see it. So I took it. See this?
Okay, so what's the over on under if I get paid back by this lady?
Ooh.
I think I will. I think I read her right. But what do you think?
Listen, I sent you my email so that you could see the fine print. Tickets must be purchased online.
Hold on, I'm
All
looking.
sales are final, non-refundable, non-transferable.
God,
so you need to know her info when you hit order.
There we go. It's the ugliest building I've ever seen.
God, you've got to stop.
Oh my gosh, it's the best.
Mark,
no,
you're
I'll give
traveling
you
around the
over
world.
under. I'll give you 2 weeks. I
Mark?
think she's going to pay you back.
I think she will too.
Yes, Tom?
It's just
Definitely
it's
gonna
a
get paid
thing,
back.
Mark. It's really tacky, almost on purpose.
Oh, it's God, it's beautiful. Select, and I did this. Select the flex ticket option to allow a date and time change based on availability.
How much more is a flex ticket?
I don't remember. I don't care. I don't remember. I did it, but you have to do it if you're
Because
thinking
then if you don't go, you're
then
done.
You lose everything.
God, man, they've got a better gig going
it's
on
the
than
best.
Shanahan's.
Screw you. Here we go.
Oh.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Okay, so let me just switch here to my call screener here. Okay. Katie wants to talk about Ken Carl Glass. We have a question on a recall from Elsa, a 2011 Hyundai Tucson. We're going to look that up while she's on hold. And then also an issue with sail and hail damage from Robert. Catherine's been waiting longest. So Kathy, what's happening with Ken Carl Glass?
Yes, I'm here.
What's going on with Ken Carl Glass?
I commissioned them to replace 14 pieces of glass, not the windows, just the glass.
Was this from hail or something, Kathy?
No, what happened was back in 2017, we had our house repainted, stucco, and the painters put brown paper over our windows, which were high-speed quantum 2 triple pane, really nice windows.
Well, wait a minute. Did they just as an aside? Did they pay for their mistake?
No, because we didn't figure it out right away. So after they took the paper off, we thought it was overspray.
So wait a minute.
So
You know
that was
what?
in-
You really compromise windows when you replace the insulated glass unit. It's called
Big
an
time.
IG. It's called an IGU.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know that. We weren't, really windows.
So did they
savvy.
wait? They
We
literally
had bought-
removed the glass from the frames. What kind of windows were they?
The original ones that were covered with the brown paper.
Yeah.
That broke the seal. Those were Quantum 2 by Kensington.
I don't know what they are. So were they high? Were they
Well, we
high
bought
end
a
windows?
Yes, we bought a lifetime labor and glass warranty, window warranty, and then they filed for Chapter 11. So we bought it through Peak View Windows and Siding, and then they wouldn't honor it. And
Well,
so-
they don't have
so
to because your
after the-
warranty is with the manufacturer. And here's the bottom line. I was just curious about it more than anything. The worst thing in the world, I would have, first of all, I would have sued that other company, but it was too late. How many years ago did they do the brown paper from the time you discovered the problem?
Well, it was in 2017, and then we commissioned somebody to come in and clean the windows because we thought it was overspray.
I get it.
And it wasn't on every window. So the guy came in, cleaned the windows. He goes, "This is not overspray. These windows have failed." And it was probably from the high heat during the summer when they were covered for 2 to 3 days.
Okay, so it's called, you had an IGU replacement, I assume. Did you have the same sealed double or triple pane glass put in?
Yes.
So what went, okay, now let's find out. When did you hire him?
Well, I hired Ken Carroll Glass June of 2022.
Okay, so what's the problem with the replacement?
So I had 14 windows glass that they were to replace.
Yeah, okay.
They replaced them. We had some issues. They had to send them back, and they took care of it. Fine. So June, they replaced them. We were going to get the windows cleaned. It was coming. They were dirty. It was coming on to winter, so we waited until August, and I had a broken window.
Well, but tell us the main problem right now. I don't want to go through step by step. What's the main problem today?
Okay. The main problem is 11 of the panes of glass that they replaced have these weird striations. I sent a picture of that they're defective. The glass is defective. And they will not honor the 1-year warranty because they said I didn't call it in till a day before, because that's the day that I discovered it, was the day before the warranty was
All
up.
right,
And that
hold
was
on.
my-
This sounds like it's going to be easy. I mean, that's bull crap. If you called it in and they acknowledge it was during the warranty, hold on.
No,
Everyone envisions
What,
a life.
Mark?
Hang on. I'll get him back.
Just made it.
Talk to him.
Mark, what were you saying? What were you going to say?
Well, she didn't call until the warranty was expired. I mean, that's what I heard. We've had this conversation. What's the difference between 1 day and a year? I mean, where do you draw the line, right?
No, I thought she called in 1 day before it ran out.
No, 1 day after.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard her say 1 day before.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't
maybe.
know. I might be wrong.
No, Kevin's saying he heard before, too.
I heard 1 day before as well.
Well, then why would there be an issue?
I don't know. We should try to get Ken Carl Glass on. Ken Carroll.
Well, let's clarify with her.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, guys, what do you think? Browns or Texans, man?
I'm
What are
going
you
Browns.
talking about?
Defense.
NFL.
Browns.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about migration.
What do you mean Browns or Texans? Oh, you mean who's going to be in?
Oh man, it's wild card tomorrow. So there's 4 games. There's 2 games tomorrow, 2 games Sunday.
3 games Sunday.
Is there 3?
Yeah.
There can't be. Who the fuck is it?
No, there's a game Monday and
Oh,
two on
Monday
Sunday.
morning. Yeah,
Oh, there's one Monday night?
Yep.
I'm looking right now. Who's a Monday night one?
Tampa
And by the way,
Bay
so
and,
here I am with my Casa Bonita hat and coffee
Philly.
mug, talking about the.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
That's just.
He's a
let's
walking
see what they're
promo. He's
complaining
probably
about
getting
the-
paid for all this.
Yeah, I know.
That's $50 to get in.
We know you
$100
have access
for
to
a
the
mug.
radio. Here's a
Yeah,
cup
it
and a
was
mug.
3
I'd
of
be
us, it was
embarrassed to
$100 a
walk
person.
around with a Casa Bonita mug.
Oh, I could beat your ass with it. It's a great mug.
Yeah.
It
But
is.
is it a Stanley?
You expect my
Look at this
dog
mug Suzanne got.
Yeah.
That's a mug.
That's a mug.
Stanley. Have you
When
seen all the
suburban
stuff?
housewives get onto a trend,
Why
it's
is it so
over.
hyped up right now?
Kevin's up on it because I guess
no
a lady's
idea.
car caught fire and the Stanley Cup was the only thing.
That was part of it. It's been
Oh, I
Still
thought
had
that was
ice
just
in it.
I thought that was just a promo or
No,
something.
it still had ice in it, and it's real, a real story.
Yeah.
The police confirmed it.
the car burned to the ground and the Stanley Cup's still there with ice in it.
Oh my God, that's
so now
amazing.
people are fighting at Target
So-
for Stanley Cups.
Yeah, if you get a
like
pink
this.
one, they're worth $300.
That's like one of those coolers like you have.
You know, you
Yeti.
could get a regular cup for half the price and just not light your car on fire.
Yeah, and it would be
Guess who my
fine.
son paid
And
$5 for this.
Stanley Black & Decker bought her a new car.
Yeah, they did
We replaced the car.
for the advertising.
Damn, that's a hell of a nice thing.
They said in their public statement, "We will never do this again." I repeat,
We will never. Do not light your car on fire with our shit in it.
How about my house?
Yeah, you know what? That's funny. Hey, Dak, the only thing I could eat in a burrito right now would literally be the hamburger and cheese. That's it, man. If
Are
there's
you-
any beans, any of that shit. I think beans have carbs. Do beans have
Oh,
carbs?
yeah.
They're
Yes,
loaded.
yes,
Mostly
yes,
protein.
They're loaded.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
oh, you poor thing. Are you on some sort of New Year deal?
Yes. And I'm a fucking. I'm very pleasant to be around.
Oh, more than usual.
More than usual. Although, you know where we are heading today? We got to pick someone up at the airport, and then we're going to hit my favorite Mexican place, Los Dos Patriots. And I'll get the fucking sizzling steak with nothing. And that'll be good, actually.
I mean, the steak fajitas? Without
Steak
the fajita.
fajitas,
Without
hold
the fajita.
everything.
Right.
I'll have some pizza today, too, but I'll just eat the toppings. And a little bit of tomato sauce will be the most I've had all week. Thank God we got jalapenos on everything. I love jalapenos.
And kale.
What was that, a 5-second delay? That was pretty good. Process.
It was for effect. Timing is everything in comedy.
Yeah. What do you guys on YouTube think tomorrow? Just tomorrow's games. Browns and Texans, and then KC and Miami. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to either do a teaser, and the teaser, I'm going to put points on the Browns, and I'll put the points on Miami. The last few games I've watched on KC, they look like the fucking...
Their wheels are coming off that truck, man.
Man, they look so bad. They don't even resemble KC.
Yeah, but you get a Florida team playing at 10 below.
Yeah, but the problem is there's
No,
so many
it's a
players.
big deal.
All of these players play all around the country.
No, they don't.
Because of the cold, you can't figure out how many turnovers there are going to be.
Yeah, but there's no snow. That
doesn't
ball,
matter.
when they kick that ball, though, it's going to be like kicking a
It's
fucking
minus 20
brick.
degrees.
I know, that is so... I think it was
they're gonna
negative
keep- they're gonna
30
keep
with
them.
wind
Yeah.
chill.
So how can you figure out turnovers, which is going to be what the game is all about?
But that gives them... Okay, fair enough, everybody that's saying KC, but I'd have to lose. Miami would have to lose by about 12 points. That's a lot of points to lose
No,
by.
it's a lot of points, but it's a game to stay away from.
I don't... Everybody keeps going Miami and 0 degrees.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
But can you really get Green Bay at Dallas? First playoff game in forever. Bunch of young guys going to Dallas. Dallas plays really well at home.
I don't know. That's going to be a fucking great game, though. That's not tomorrow.
That's true.
That's going to be a great game. Dallas is one of these teams, man, like 1 week they fucking look great, then they just go...
No, at home.
Right now?
If they're on the road, they're a totally different team. When they're at home, it's totally different.
Well, you can only hear him.
Hey, Dak, the only reason I don't agree with you, we're not talking about they already made the playoffs, man.
Guys, Shannon.
Yeah.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Stephanie called and said she can hear everything going on in the studio.
That's good. But
On the
not
air,
right?
on the air, when we're on commercials and right now, they hear everything.
Oops.
I don't know how it's
nobody's mic
happening,
is
but
on.
she just called me.
That's good. It's not. It's not
Okay,
possible.
so she's hearing things. She
No,
heard
just
Deputy
that,
Doc talk about
Say,
being
how is...
80.
I'm asking Shannon, how is it possible?
There's no microphone on. There is the slightest possibility that something is very wrong in the building, and it is accidentally sending everything
Right. Here's
to
what
the
she told me:
transmitter.
that Doc's
What?
turning 80, and that Mark's going to have strippers, 80-year-old strippers, and the whole thing.
Yeah, that doesn't go to the transmitter though.
Okay.
There's nothing going to the transmitter. Nothing's on. The hotline isn't ringing,
Could
so
it be
Dave
going-
Tepper isn't calling me.
If she's streaming, could it be going to our feed during commercials?
Well, not the.
Is she
feed.
watching on YouTube,
I don't
or is it
actually
the...
know. I got to find out because she quoted everything.
Thanks for giving all of
Hang
us
on.
a heart attack.
Well, no. Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, listen, we have a problem here that sounds truly weird. Welcome to the show, by the way. It is car day, but we're taking other calls, and we will get to your car calls, I promise. I'm going through these calls quickly. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net for the best water at the lowest prices. I'm not kidding you. They're great water systems. Get good water for your body, for your laundry, for your plumbing, for everything. Waterpros.net. The drinking water, triple filter, reverse osmosis, around $1,000 fully installed. 303-862-5554. Now, Kathy, we want to make sure we heard you straight. You called one day before the warranty was up.
Yes.
And they acknowledge it was one day before the warranty was up.
Yes.
Okay, so it's in the warranty period. So how can they say it's too late?
Well, the owner, Beth, she said it's too late. It's one day, and she just laughs about it.
Okay, so
Then
when does the warranty period end then? Does it say in your warranty you must call within 30 days of the end of the warranty?
No, it says 1 year.
Well, she's full of crap then. That's why she's full of crap.
And so they're trying to blame the window washer. But please listen to this one statement, Tom. The only windows that have these striations are the windows that they replaced, and only on the outside. None of the inside windows with them or my old windows have these striations. The window washer came that day, never touched the windows until he pointed out to me with the sun shining on it, Kathy, your windows, something's wrong with them, and I don't want to touch them till you see this. But she will not stop blaming the window washer. I sent you a statement from the window washer. He did not do any of this. It would be impossible for him to do this to the windows. Plus, none of the insides were ruined or, had the striations. None of my original windows.
When did you call them?
August 17th.
Of when?
2022. And the reason that
hold on. That's only 2 months. Wait a minute. You had them done in June of 2022, and you called 2 months later, July.
That's when I had them done. No. But the last day that they were here was August 18th, because they hadn't finished the job till August 18th.
Okay, hold on. But when did you call them about the weird striations or glass? When?
August 17th.
That's only
the 1 year. The 1 year's up.
August 17th
18th.
of what year?
2022. 23, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's where you were confusing me.
Year.
So you called them in August of 2020. I get it. Okay. So this has been going on since August. Why are you calling us now?
Because I had a broken window that I had commissioned them to fix. I would pay for it because it was a rock. So they came out. The window had the weird striations in it.
The new one.
So they replaced it. The new one. And I said, well, look at this window. How could the window washer do that? So they replaced it, but it wasn't sent correctly. And their installer broke the window frame. He separated it from the wall. It was a nightmare. So I had to wait to get that window.
Is that all fixed now? Is that all fixed now?
Yes, that window is all fixed now. And so I wanted to wait till that was done.
Okay, I got it.
And
now listen,
here's the deal.
calling
the owner, and she won't
how
call
much
me back.
did you pay? How much did you pay for the 14 panes?
$5,254.55.
So $5,000 some odd dollars. Okay, how much?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that. How much will it cost to replace the 11 defective ones? Or now are they only 10 of them?
That's what I'm not sure of. It's 11. It's 11.
How you don't know what it will cost? We need to get an expert out there. We need to get an expert to look at the glass, and I don't know who we call. I really don't. Mark, do you think anyone at K&H knows enough to look at the actual glass pane?
Well, they don't replace glass pane, so I don't know why we'd send them out there. They can replace the whole casement.
But I'm sure they've had defective glass before. Maybe not. We need to call someone who can look at that glass and give us an idea of what's going on. A window washer is not an expert. They just noticed it. I want to know someone who can look at it and say, this is what I see in glass from time to time.
But isn't the manufacturer out of business?
No, that's
no,
her
that
previous.
was my original manufacturer.
Got it.
Yeah, these guys are out of Denver. They're called Old Castle Building.
Well, hold on. Did you call Old Castle just to look at their glass?
I did, and they said. I talked to the gal. She wouldn't let me talk to a rep, so I talked to the gal.
It's called Old Castle
Building Envelope, and I have their number.
We should. Okay, what do they say about it?
The girl that answered the phone said, absolutely, there can be defects in glass.
What
and
is
that's
their
all
warranty?
she would say to me.
What is their warranty?
10 years.
Well, wait a minute. Won't they acknowledge their warranty for you?
Not to me. I have to go through Ken Carroll Glass.
Wait a minute. Ken Carroll Glass is warranted for 10 years on these panes.
Yes.
But they won't do anything for you.
Because she said I called with, a day
doesn't
before
matter.
the 1 year. That's what I.
It's just bad business.
We're missing something.
Yeah, we need to call Ken Carroll Glass, Kachina. We can't assign.
Well,
we
guys,
need to call right
Get
now.
him on.
There's something we're not lit.
I
There's
sent
something
you everything, details. I mean, probably more information than you want to read, but I mean, I've been detailing this from this issue. When
I don't blame you for
worked
being
with-
frustrated. I would be frustrated too. This sounds crazy, especially because they offer a 1 year warranty, and they could have gotten their money back from the manufacturer, even if you called a day before. And besides, a day before is still valid. Or are they? Wait a minute. I want to make this clear. Are they disputing it was a day before? Are they saying, wait a minute, you actually purchased these on a certain date? I don't want to. I need to know that, Kathy, because we're going to find out anyway. Are they disputing?
Right.
Kathy.
She won't. She said this. Her exact words were, "You called the day before your warranty was up because
Okay,
the
good.
last date
Okay,
of
got it.
installation
That's
was
good enough.
August 18th."
That's good enough. That's good enough. Listen, what you need to do is hang on. We're going to call. I got to take some other calls, but we need to call Ken Carroll Glass. If they're going to come on, we'll take them right away. But we need to do that. Now, Elsa has a question on a recall. Elsa, what's going on with you? How can we help you? I'm sorry for the wait.
Well, I have a 2011 Tucson Hyundai, and I have gotten 2 recalls about the ABS brake system, and in which they say there is a danger that it could catch fire, and they request that it be parked outside.
Jeez. Has anyone heard
but
of
that
this?
there is no resolution, time, date, or any other information other than they've
When
sent
did
the
this
letter
recall?
twice.
When did this recall get issued?
It got issued in September. So
What does it exactly say, Jeff?
It has to do with a brake leak that can actually cause an electrical short, and that's what can cause the fire.
So when are they going to fix it?
There is no date. Isn't that what it says? It says no resolution.
I'm not seeing a resolution available yet, no.
And that's for electrical issue that can cause a fire.
It's actually a leak that will cause an electrical issue that will cause a fire.
Okay.
What year's the car?
2011.
Here's a 2011.
Oh, my God. What do you do in a case like that?
It looks like it affects vehicles up to 2015.
Well, so what do you do in a case like that? I mean, it's under warranty. I mean, it's under the recall, if not the warranty, I mean. So what do they do? What was their suggestion, that you park it outside?
Just in case of fire, yeah.
Did they say you would eventually get it fixed? They would eventually have a fix?
Presumably, they will figure out what they need to do and will send another letter that says, get in contact with your dealership.
You know what's crazy
when I
is
told the dealership, they said, we can't do anything
until they figure it out.
Yeah, listen, Elsa.
I get that.
Elsa, I'm going to be
it's
straight
not just
with you.
while it's parked. It can
Here's
do,
the
it can
bottom
do it
line,
while it's
Elsa.
driving.
You know what's wild, though? It hasn't done it for 12 years.
Well, it's not just that model, though. It affects Hyundais. What years?
2010 through 2015 on the Velociter, the Tucson, the Sonata, the Genesis Coupe, the Equus, the Elantra. It's pretty much all through the board.
So from 2011 to
2015. 2010 to 2015.
Man, that's a lot of cars.
Yeah, so here's the deal, Elsa.
I guess one of the questions I'm asking, do they have any kind of a responsibility since...
Elsa, I have an answer for you that I've been trying to give you. I'll do it right after this.
Is that it?
Well, what does right after this mean to you, Shannon? I mean, maybe I'm fucking wrong.
Hey,
Maybe I should say, take the goddamn commercial now.
Tom, shut up for a second. Doc did have his mic on when he was talking about turning 80.
He did?
I was just now listening to the on-air.
Oh, thank you.
That's easy to keep.
I don't think anybody else said anything, and I'll get back to you here in a sec. Here you go, these 3 lives.
Thanks.
LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Hey, today is car day, and we also want to tell you not just about the great people we have in the studio, but RKC Automotive, Ramondo and his team. Ramondo has 25 years of experience, and I've been talking to some of his customers who say he does great work. He's at 2120 West Evans, just west of Tejon on the south side. He lives right next to it. He's working all the time. He loves it. He does domestic and imports, old and new, from major engine work to transmissions, brakes, and electric. 720-749-3965. 720-749-3965. Hey, Genesis, TotalExteriors.com. Think stucco. Think siding. Think doors and windows and roofing and all of your storm damage on one invoice. He'll fix it all. That's what he does. And he also does commercial and residential. So if you need help, Genesis Total Exteriors.com. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com. 303-679-8509. Car Day means motor vehicles in general. A lot of people love RVs, but they don't know where to get them fixed. They're big. And you know what? Lazy Days RV, I love having these guys on board. Lazy Days RV, the RV Authority, has a beautiful facility up north, I-25 and exit 240, what used to be Century RV. Our friends up there are still doing repairs under the name of Lazy Days, and it's a great place now called Lazy Days RV of Denver at Longmont, exit 240 and I-25. Go south on Frontage Road. They have a beautiful maintenance facility for all of the stuff they sell, plus anyone who has an RV. So give them a call, 303-453-1111. That's LazyDays.com.
The best. Oh, man.
To get into sports cars because they have a
Compensating
small
for
deck.
big trucks. Yeah.
So how about a guy with a helicopter?
What's Tom compensating for with a helicopter? Hey, so I listened back to it, and it was just Doc saying, what are you going to do for me when I turn 80? So we couldn't
apologize. My fault. I didn't realize.
It's okay. Listen, let me make a little fun of you. But yeah, darn it. That was all. That was on the air, Tom. So Stephanie is not completely insane, but she would not have heard hookers or any profanity.
Okay, good. Well, there wasn't any profanity. She didn't say that.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, she wouldn't have heard the rest of the conversation. It was just Doc asking.
I wonder if she was streaming and heard it. You know, Kevin, I can see the porn you're looking at from my camera.
Yeah, you enjoying it?
Is it car porn?
Yeah.
He's looking at briskets.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's looking at meat.
Yeah, smoked meat.
He's a meat eater.
Carnivore.
Jeff's the one that's Googling trannies over there.
Yeah. I got a URL for it, too.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
I'm going to Google meat eater pics. Okay,
Now,
it's
by
actual
the way,
meat
guys,
eaters.
I'm
Yeah.
expecting a ring at the door any time now, and I'm going to have to run and get it.
Oh, we know what that's going
Or
to
it's
be.
going to get cold.
He went to Jared.
Yeah.
Okay, can somebody tell me if this is a crank call from Dong Hoon?
No.
Okay.
It's an outbound that Kelly's involved
You
in
sure it's
somehow.
not Long Dong Silver?
Long Duck Dong.
Long Duck Dong. Great movie.
Does
Also
anyone
happened in
remember
Hot
Long Dong
Stuff?
Silver? Come on,
Well,
tell me who
sure.
it was.
Long Dong Silver?
No, Long Dong Silver, and it was
Groucho Marx.
It's also in Senate hearing testimony, thanks
That's right.
to Joe Biden.
Well, Long Dong Silver
It's true.
was the porn star that Clarence Thomas supposedly
Mentioned
asked
to Anita Hill.
Anita Hill if she had heard about him.
So it is in Senate hearing testimony as entered by one Joseph Biden.
That's great. There's a picture of that old person on Fox today. I guess years ago when Trump was bombing Yemen, Biden was bitching that you got to have congressional approval, and sure enough, he just bombed Yemen and didn't get.
Mm-hmm.
But the picture of him is just, oh my God, is he old?
Who is?
Biden.
He's got this look on him like he's like in a daze or somebody just surprised him.
Well, dude, that job wears out anybody in their 50s.
God, he looks so bad. Did you see the John Hopkins diversity chief?
Yep. They just
Holy
can't help
moly.
themselves, can they?
They can. And what did she say? I actually read it. I was like, I cannot believe that.
Now, Elsa would have heard a lot of what we're... No, she wouldn't have. Never mind. Oh, here we go.
K-How, an iHeartRadio station. This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-How Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hello, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, let's continue here. So this is what Elsa needs to do on her recall. And then also, did you call Kachina? Did you call Ken Carl Glass?
Yes, I did. I just got off the phone with them. I called them twice because the first time I called, I got a CSR who immediately hung up with me as soon as I said I was with the Tom Martino Troubleshooter radio show. The second person I talked to was very nice and put me on hold for a little bit and told me Beth was unavailable, who Kathy was working with.
Yeah.
And she was in training, and then promptly hung up on me after I tried to prod them to come on and give their side of the story.
Who hung up on you, Beth?
No, the two CSRs.
Oh, but they said that she's not available, then hung up.
Yes.
Okay. So did they say to call back, or did they take your number?
No, they just basically hung up.
You know,
I'm going to call him back again.
No. All even the second time, Kelly, they hung up.
They hung up the second time, yes.
You know, people hang up on her a lot. I wonder if it's her.
Hey, you can handle that off the air with her because I don't want to hear the wrath. Now, Elsa, she asked a question a lot of people ask. In fact, it happened the other day. Someone says, well, how do they get away with that? Don't they have a responsibility, blah, blah, blah? And the answer is yes, they do. In this case, Elsa has a recall on a 2011 Hyundai Tucson for a leak that can cause a fire. It affects 2011 through 15, and they do not have a solution yet. Now, here's the deal. She asked, well, I can't drive my car. And they said, well, you can drive it. They just said, park it outside. Now, so her question was, do they have a responsibility? Yes. The manufacturer has a responsibility to fix safety recalls. So that's your answer. Yes, they have a responsibility, Elsa.
Do they have a time frame?
No. Now, here's the deal. They have a responsibility because it's a quasi, unless it's ordered by, there's two kinds of recalls. A voluntary recall or a government-ordered recall. With a government-ordered recall, they have to come up with a solution in a reasonable amount of time. With a voluntary recall, what they can say now to you, Elsa, is, well, we warned you, do not park inside. So they take the risk of being sued on each and every case, but they don't have a specific deadline date. No, they have to show some diligence for working on it. So I think what you should ask is not, do they have responsibility? We run across plenty of times where people have the responsibility. They have the duty, but they can't get it done. In that case, the question is, what recourse is there? That's the real question. So, in the event a manufacturer manufactures something and it has a safety defect, if it can be tied to a model and a specific defect, they have the consequence of facing civil lawsuits and civil damages. That's why they do the recall and then say, by the way, you should not park inside, because what they are trying to do is minimize their damages or mitigate their damages. So if you claim it burned down my house, they can say, no, it did. If it did, it's your fault. We already warned you. So the most they're going to be responsible for is possibly the value of that car. So Elsa, but the burden would be on you to show that the fire and it burned because of that defect. So Elsa, I'm answering your question. I guess the next question you have, why isn't this a perfect world where when they can't fix something and it's their responsibility, I don't get compensated immediately? And I just told you why, because that's not the way it is. An honest, not trying to be a smartass here, that's the answer. There is no answer. So right now...
So there's really... At this point, it's just wait for them to figure something out.
Yes, and take reasonable precautions so it doesn't burn your house down or a nice tree you like out front of your house or anything else next to it. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. Now,
guys, I still don't understand how something like that can go 12 years. And now it might happen.
Let's say the 2015 even, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 8 years. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know why now that's happening. I don't. Elsa, did anyone give you, or guys, how about you? Jeff Vick, Kevin Calkin, do you guys know?
Well, I mean, obviously there's a leak, so you have some sort of seal or sealant or something that is broken down over time. So whatever product they use for wherever it's leaking at has broken down over a certain amount of time, use, getting hot, getting cold, constricting and expanding, and it works originally from the showroom floor.
Got it.
It takes time for it to break down.
So, Elsa, there is no recourse unless you want to, right now, you could possibly do a lawsuit saying it's been unreasonable. I don't feel I have full use of my car, whatever. I don't know what else to tell you, but that's really all you can do. Now, I want to take a quick break, and then I want to talk to Brian. He identifies himself as the corporate representative of Aqua Living Factory Outlets about a hot tub issue.
That was that horrible Sandy issue we've dealt with.
It is a terrible situation on the surface when we hear about it. However, if he's willing to come on and explain it, he's going to have an open mic, and I'm not going to edit anything he says.
Or hopefully he comes on and says we're going to handle it.
Whatever he says, we're going to let him say, because truly we love when companies come on and we're more than fair.
Tom, we reached out to these people 400 times.
Okay, well, good. Now we have someone, so it's really good. So we will talk to Brian from Aqua Living Factory Outlets right after this.
All right, you don't have to.
Shannon, you got that.
This is Denver's.
Well, and like I say, that's why I had to say, shut up. I'm listening to the air signal, and yes, Doc was on. So thank you for that. Sorry, I was distracted.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
For the most part, an easy drive throughout the Denver Metro. As we hit that 11 o'clock hour, I-25 north and southbound continue to show highway speeds through town. Out west into the high country, wintry road conditions on I-70 east and westbound. Slower speeds between Georgetown and Vale. Back to town over on the east end. A fire has the intersection of Chambers Road and Yale closed for the time being. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a pinpoint weather alert weekend. We're going to see an overnight low of -4 tonight, followed by snowy and cold weather conditions. We're not seeing temperatures rise above 10 degrees until after Monday. The current temperature in Denver is 31 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Isn't it wonderful to have a carpet cleaning company like Zero Res who puts nothing in their cleaning solution except high-powered water. I call it high-powered because it's super soft alkaline-based, and it's purified water, the best cleaning agent in nature. Truly. Now listen, what they do is come in and use this along with a patented scrubbing technique that gently removes dirt and grime and pathogens without any dirt-attracting residue, soap, chemicals, solvents, or emulsifiers, safe for kids and pets. And right now, $33 a room. Call for details. Carpets, tile and grout, granite cleaning, mattress, upholstery, area rugs. They even do duct cleaning and commercial cleaning services, all with their ZR Water, ZeroResDenver.com. The only people I'll have in my home, 303-471-5150. If you're looking for countertops, isn't it nice to know you can call right now with some square footage, measurements of what you want on your countertops, and the Art of Granite will give you a price. They're called the Art of Granite, but they do everything natural stone, man-made materials. They tear out and haul away free, and you get a free vanity when you have the kitchen done or a free kitchen sink. All you have to do is call, and they'll give you a price. Why? Why would a company do that? Give you a price on the phone at the risk of you shopping around? Because they love their deals. You will too. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
Imagine moving.
You doing okay there, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Nobody's rung your doorbell yet? No Mr.
No.
Goodbar or whatever? Okay.
You got our pizza.
We already got our delivery of sausage here. Kelly is excited about the sausage fest going on here.
Oh my God, no! You are like.
It's the pizza. What?
You are like just making me laugh.
You're so sweet.
Hey, Robert, we're gonna get to you as soon as possible.
I like the look of those sequoias. Does anybody encounter those? Yeah. Well, and you know who drives it here?
Hey,
Robin Hart.
Mark.
Yeah.
What was the second thing they said after they said the employee doesn't work there anymore? What was the second
They
thing?
said two different employees didn't. We really need to try to get Kelly. Please try to get her on.
No. There was another thing they said to her the other day. She called
The
with a
60 amp, and then in the manual it says 50 amp.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah, more like a...
But what does that have to do with it leaking
Right.
You guys
or the
know,
damage inside?
John Rush, Mile High 4x4 and all that, Rocky Mountain 4x4. He had a fixed-up excursion that I was trying to get him to change the name tag to exclamation. I thought that'd be a better name for a jacked-up...
I figure the way the employees act when they pick up the phone there, Brian's going to be. I would be shocked if Brian's actually a good guy, because most people learn from their district
let's let him
manager.
hang himself.
Wants the hot tub guy to plug his own filter.
Oh, did I hear Mark say something about getting Sandy on?
Yeah, wants the hot tub chick. Ask this guy if he's ever been asked to place strategic jets in a new construction.
What are you working on?
Oh, I'm sure. We need a tank jet on a 6-person. Okay.
I can legitimately say that's good fucking pizza.
But you're throwing the crust away? Do I need to put up a pride flag for you? Hey, Mark, maybe we need to get Doc a press to talk button instead of a on-off switch. You're up.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. So yesterday and the day before, a woman called about a hot tub she bought from Aqua Living Factory Outlets. This is what she says, that she bought the hot tub and it started leaking. Then she said that Aqua told her, this is what she said, Aqua told her they couldn't do anything about it because the employee doesn't work there anymore, whatever that means. Then she said, after we got involved, they called her and said, no, it's improperly wired. You did it on a 50 amp instead of a 60 amp. And then, of course, we had questions that even if that's true, what would that have to do with it leaking? So,
and according to the caller, they sent out an independent expert, and the independent expert said there was damage on the inside.
So we're asking Brian then to weigh in on this, and we'll shut up. Go ahead, Brian.
My name is Brian. I work with the management team here in Johnson City, Tennessee. So I found out about the situation yesterday or last night. I live on the East Coast, so I'm a few hours ahead of you guys.
Uh-huh.
But found out about the situation last night. Got up this morning and started looking around on Spotify. Found your podcast and listened to it a little bit on my way into work this morning. Took a look at the order in the system. Talked to a couple people in my service department.
Mm-hmm.
Took a look at some pictures and whatnot that we had from Sandy and from the technician.
Yes.
Had the one of the supervisors call the original tech that went out there. And what I was told is that they took all 4 panels off of that hot tub back in September, looked everywhere they could not find a single leak. That doesn't mean that she didn't see water around her hot tub. It just means that we didn't see a leak underneath that hot tub.
Okay.
And we couldn't find a leak to fix, so we couldn't fix it. At that point, we closed that case and moved on. Now, what I suspect, and I'll tell you this because it's a Kennedy hot tub, which is in our Catalina line. Catalina has a lot of features. One of those features is a water feature, which is kind of like a fountain.
Mm-hmm.
And so that sits on top of the tub. Water comes out of it, squirts up in the air, and looks real pretty, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when the cover's closed, that water feature is still inside the tub on the edge. A lot of people will forget to cut that water feature off when they get out of the hot tub, and if it hits the cover, when the spa is in a purge cycle or a filtration cycle, it's going to splash water out of the hot tub, which could account for the water on the ground. That's what I suspect was probably the cause of the water on the ground around the hot tub.
Now, is it true? I wanted to ask you something, Brian. She mentioned something about an expert that said there was something defective. Mark, you took that original call.
So she said, and we'll make sure we're getting that right in a second.
We talked to that guy. He did not relay that to us.
But hold on, I've got another question, Brian, a little off. But she also mentioned that on that order, she ordered some specialty stuff. I don't know what that means. Different handles, different things like that.
The order, look at it. So I've got the order here.
And she says she never got any of that stuff.
So if she's missing any of that stuff, be happy to send it out to her.
Yeah, but when she called, apparently your people blocked her from email.
You know what? Here's the deal. I want to know if Sandy truly was told. We don't have a
way to block an email, just so you know.
No, listen,
what
Brian.
I suspect happened is she's probably replying to a no-reply email from our Salesforce system.
Brian, you sound genuine to me.
Will send updates, that kind of thing.
You sound genuine to me. If that expert did not tell you it was defective, that's where we end. Because if that guy did not tell Sandy that and she lied to us, we're done. I want to know the expert she had Mark go out there, and I want to talk to the expert to see if he found it was defective.
She didn't call the expert. It was one of their people. But let's bring her up. Let me bring her up real quick. Sandy, who was the expert that came out?
It was someone that they sent out.
What's the name of the expert?
Idea. He didn't. I have no idea. He didn't have a business card.
What did he say was wrong? What did he say was defective?
He said there was water damage to the panels.
Well,
where
what about this email from Mr. Windows, Kathy?
Yeah, I got blocked.
When I call,
listen,
no one
I don't want to
answers
talk
the
about
phone.
that. Listen, please, let's confine ourselves right now to the hot tub. Right now, okay? You said there's water damage. Is it possible you have this water feature that was left on when you put the cover on, which would have caused the water damage?
So how would the water feature empty 400 gallons of water? When I got out of the hospital,
wait a minute, your
home,
hot tub emptied?
The hot tub was empty.
Empty?
It was empty. There was water down in the bottom,
okay.
And right now, 30-mile-an-hour winds, I go outside and there's water all over out there. The water feature isn't even on.
Okay, Sandy. Okay, Brian, why would it empty the entire... Brian, what would cause the entire hot tub to empty?
There's
that's
a leak.
Possible.
Sandy,
what I'm saying is in
Sandy,
September,
please let him talk. Go ahead, Brian.
What I'm saying is in September, what was reported to us is there wasn't a leak. Now, I've got a new case. She's still under warranty. We're taking care of it. I'm going to send another technician out.
Good.
I'm not sure when that technician is going to get out there. I've got a case opened, and so she's always been under warranty.
Brian, I'm sorry. I really appreciate what you're saying, and thank God there's people like you in this company. They literally told her the other day, because it's not set up with a 60-amp circuit, and by the way, the manual in that actual hot tub says 50 amp, that she has no warranty. Why would any of your people say something like that?
I'm not sure, and I'll have to go through it. It might be a training issue. We're a growing company. There's certainly new people in the service department, and certainly some of them may need some additional training. So I will go and listen to those calls and see if I can't put an end to that. There's nothing wrong with her electrical service.
Sandy, listen, you called us because you were frustrated. And Brian sounds like he has an ear to listen. Seriously.
He's going to handle it. I have no doubt.
Let's give him a chance, okay, Sandy? What I'd like to do is just not go over and over and over some of the stuff, like what they said and emails supposedly being blocked. What I'd like to do now is see if Brian can come up with a solution, okay?
Let's bury the hatchet, move forward, and you'll have a hot tub you love.
Exactly, because he does sound genuine to me. So we're going to reserve judgment here, and I want you to be in touch with Brian. Thank you very much, Brian, for coming on. We appreciate that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And speaking of equipment, right now, heating and air, heating especially, under a massive strain. If you need replacement, 888heating.com. They're doing high-efficiency replacement. So you save going in and you save every month. 303-770-2776.
Very nice.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, home of the Money Today guarantee.
Some brief slowdowns for folks heading into the Denver Metro from the north end of town. I-25 southbound at the exit for Colorado 7. Broomfield, a crash in the right lane. Has slow driving back from Dacono into the Denver Metro proper. It's an easy drive. No complaints I-25 north and southbound. Over on the east end, some brief delays for folks leaving DIA. Pena Boulevard southbound, some stop and go just after Tower Road. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a pinpoint alert weekend. We've got an overnight low of -4 degrees, and it doesn't get much warmer into Saturday and Sunday. We're expecting about 3 to 4 inches of snow throughout the metro tomorrow. The current temperature in Denver is 33 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Can't wait weeks for your tax refund? Then don't. At Jackson Hewitt, get money today if you're approved for a no-fee refund advance loan on a prepaid card. Book today at jacksonhewitt.com. No-fee refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Here are 2 short messages about very important information that you can get without any obligation. Frank Duran, the real estate man, he'll tell you what your house will sell for based on 30 years of experience and what you'll net based on the market, the neighborhood, the house, supply and demand, interest rates, and he'll do a complete analysis. And it's free of charge, and it's in-depth. 303-920-1622. Free information, no obligation. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. More free information. How can you guarantee an account, maybe transfer some of your 401k money or all of it, or your SEP or your IRA or whatever you have, into a fixed indexed annuity, one of 57 that fits your circumstances. Get information on how much it'll gain, guaranteed in writing. how much you will not lose guaranteed in writing, because it's guaranteed not to lose a dime, both of the gain and the principal. And then what will your guaranteed income for life be? All of that, they'll tell you free of charge. 303-779-6600. That's becomethebanker.org, 303-779-6600.
Very nice.
Thank you. I'll be right. How much time?
3.5.
Thank you.
Apparently, Hillary Clinton was going over to that island, too.
No, really?
No, I'm kidding.
She might have been.
Her name popped up in the document, the last dump.
If she isn't a women's basketball fan, I don't know.
Yeah. It's probably why she didn't get so upset with Bill.
No.
And his shenanigans.
It would have been an inappropriate time to ask the guy with the hot tub company, how many times have you been asked to place a strategic jet?
Yeah. You know what, though, man? It took 2 days of fucking ramrodding those bastards to even get a call from them.
All right, well.
No, I understand. And that's why, that's the power of this show. We actually got...
She still got Kelly on.
So, I really do, absolutely communicate with them.
She goes, let me explain that handle. No. This guy will get it fixed. It's nice to know we have a new podcast listener.
Yeah. All you got to do is beat someone to death and they'll tune in.
What was he saying?
Did you tell her to be nice to the repairmen that come out? Because I can see that being a long day for those guys.
I did.
When they get there, don't talk about blocked emails and just let them fix it.
Let them fix it. Boy, she kind of shut him up when she said 400 gallons.
Yeah.
Well, how's my water feature going to lose 400 gallons?
Nailed it. Way to go, Sandy.
Do you think she exaggerated?
No, I don't. I think she was in the hospital. When she got out, the hot tub was next to empty.
It was pretty bad.
I assume it's a 500-gallon tub. I guess it could be a 400, and almost all the water was gone.
What do you guys want to do with Kathy?
You bet her next phone call is to get them to pay her water bill.
I'll never forget a case years ago about a guy stealing a pool full of water.
What does that mean?
What?
Well, he needed water in a hurry, and to get it delivered. To fill up pools, they usually have it delivered,
I did not know that. Well,
only
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Well, only because it's too expensive and also can burn out. Well, it won't burn out in some municipalities, but it'll trigger an alarm. And then also with a well, it's not good at all.
So what do they show up with? Just a
giant
potable
water truck?
Yeah.
A giant water truck. That's how I had my pool filled.
How much does something like that cost, out of curiosity?
Oh, it's not that expensive. It's mostly the truck you're paying for. But
it's like filling up a cistern then. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, at the time, maybe $100 or $150, and then they come and they just dump it. And then
your pool's done.
So somebody apparently needed water, because I got a call that somebody pulls up with a giant pump and a truck with a big tank.
And stole his water.
And takes water.
Hey, maybe he didn't pay that fucking $150 bill he got. And they repoed his water.
Hey, guys, what do you want to do about Kathy?
What about her?
Here we go.
On FM and on iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station.
Okay, I'll go
630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Kathy, it sounds to me like Ken Carl Glass is going to bury their head in the sand and not, go ahead. Somebody talking?
Yeah, I've called her to revisit this after this window was fixed, and she will not return my calls.
I think that they're sleazy is what I think. And I think it's going to take a lawsuit or something. I mean, it's going to be drastic, because these people I think we ought to let people know about Ken Carl Glass. Have they been around a long time? Because it sounds to me like I think I've heard of them. And I don't know if
it's
they're
actually pronounced Ken Carroll.
I know,
and yes,
Carroll,
they
I know.
have. They've been.
In your face, Martino.
So just wait, Mark. So on Ken Carol Glass, seriously, I'd like to know more about them because this sounds like, it doesn't even sound like the same company to me. They were established in 84. So something's going on with this company. It doesn't sound like the same company to me. Did you deal with the one in Littleton or Colorado Springs?
Colorado Springs.
I wonder if they're the same owners. Did we call the Colorado Springs?
Yes,
Where did we call, Kachina?
It's the same owner, Tom. She owns both of them, and the general manager at the Colorado Springs store, Wes, who I dealt with up until this point, he said, I can't do anything for you. You have to go through Beth. She owns both stores. At least that's what they tell me. She owns both.
And why did you send this email from Mr. Windows, Kathy? Because this is long after the warranty had expired.
What's that, Suze?
Saying that they were scratched and they were thermal paint damage.
Is Mr. Windows a window cleaner?
He is, but he was also a window and glass installer before he went out and started doing windows.
But what about Suze? Suze said that this letter is long after the warranty.
Yeah, it's August 17,
right,
2023.
I just asked him to do it.
Well, Suze, that is the warranty period.
Oh, I thought they expired in June of 2023.
No, she said August.
August 18th is when I paid the final payment.
How did they get scratched?
The last install was done. We don't know. I think they came from the manufacturer that way. I think it's defective. Because
will someone from the manufacturer go out? Hey, hold on. Will someone from the manufacturer go out and look at it?
I called there. They won't even let me talk to a rep.
Okay, why don't we call there? That's our next. Hold on. That's our next thing. We should call and say, look, we just want someone to tell us what it is. That's all.
Well, Tom, their paperwork says 1-year warranty and the invoice is for June of 2022. Did you know that?
Yes, that's when I signed
but that wasn't
the
contract. That wasn't the installation.
The installation final was August 18th.
Yeah.
So, they were out here 3 or 4 times, because there was issues with the glass. It was cut too thick. It was made wrong. It wasn't the right size.
Listen,
and then with the
I
other
believe
window,
you. I believe you. What we need now is Kachina or someone, or Mark or Suze, let's just see if this manufacturer will at least just
Who is the manufacturer?
It's called Old Castle Building Envelope.
My God.
Are you sure they're manufactured by them, or are they just distributed?
Well, they're probably the distributor in Denver. And if you go to their website, which I've done, and I've called them, they're supposed to be a good glass company.
Listen,
but
all we want from them is some expertise. We're not pointing any fingers. We just need to know what's going on. And I am shocked that Ken Carl Glass have their heads so far up their butt, they won't even address this. By the way, their number is 303-791-3122. 303-791-3122. And you want to talk about being pissed? We were pissed about that hot tub place. What about this, Mark? How do you feel about Ken Carl Glass and how they're handling this?
Well, Kelly left a message. If we don't hear back, I'd say by Monday, man, I think it sucks. I think it sucks as it is, but I have no idea their side of the story. That's what frustrates me. With the hot tub company, they told us their side. Well, she's got no warranty because the sales guy isn't here anymore.
Well, okay. And by the way, Ken Carl Glass, I think you should let them know you heard about him. And we left. Did you ask her to call us back? Did you, Kachina?
They hung up on me twice, so I will work on it this afternoon and
that in
leave
itself
messages.
Changes my mind a lot too. They sound like jerks, man.
Yeah.
That's just, why do companies do that? So why not just say, listen, I can't talk about it. I'll pass it on to the manager. She or he will call you back. Why all the clicking?
You know what? People, I can't believe in this century, in this world, somebody calls up, says, I'm with the media and we're just checking this complaint, and people hang up. They could just say this. Okay, listen. We're going to make this between us and our customer. We'll call the customer. We'd rather not discuss it with you. That's it. But to hang up, what idiots are they? I mean, what complete a-holes? And I don't mind saying you should call them and tell them you heard about them and that you don't approve of how they're handling it. Even if they say to us, we won't talk to you, but we promise, or we will handle it with our customer or something. Lie to us. To hang up in this world, they're at 303-791-3122. Be nice, but let them know. This has an impact. This is a live review you're doing, a live one. 303-791-3122.
Very nice.
Customer in Ken Carl, or however you pronounce it, down in Lakewood.
No, it's not.
We wouldn't be able to hear
anything.
anything.
Warranty, and she's having issues with them, and they're basically not doing anything about it.
Oh, boy,
guys
are
in
you
a
off.
situation
I am
like that,
so
can
off.
you send out one of the actual
All right, I
window
need to go get
reps
more water,
to
though.
take
It's
a look
top of
at
the
it
hour.
and see if it is a warranty or installation issue, or to see what's going on?
Mark, even if they don't want to handle it because they're a distributor, they can at least give us
fair enough.
information.
He's on the phone with them right now.
No, I know, but we're not trying to get them to do anything except give us expertise.
Yeah, so
That's what he's asking him. If
Yeah.
They could send somebody out.
I'll be right back.
well, I don't care what you think about Tom. You guys blew it, you bastards. You bastards.
You do.
Yeah, I know he's old. Okay, so he thought a woman with a pillow under her shirt was a pregnant woman. Okay, that's not his fault.
I'm going to get anybody need a refill?
I'd love a water,
Come
Doc.
on.
Water for you? You okay, Kevin? I'm good. Suze, you good?
Yeah, thanks, Doc. I got my stand cup.
Do those come in different sizes, or is that the size?
This is the standard size I see in yoga. So
Okay.
I'm sure Stanley has smaller ones, but I think the popular ones are this. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
a big cup.
Let me tell you, I do not like plastic. This is plastic on the outside, but it's metal inside. I do not drink out of plastic.
Yeah.
A red Solo cup is about my extent of a
There you
plastic
go.
cup that gets thrown out.
What is up with this Houthi situation? Houthi spokesman.
Stickers all over it for my
No.
yoga class.
Houthi
For like the
rebel
last 5 or
spokesman.
6 years, the same effing cup. And so finally the kids were like,
Yeah.
Okay. That just ended.
Cool.
Oh, so he looks like that. Okay.
What do you mean, what's up with it? We're bombing them, but we gave them pre-notice.
I thought the Houthis were like Syrian rebels. You know, like Africans.
son got like a foot of snow.
You're thinking of Boko. You're thinking of Boko Haram.
That's. Ah! Man, that sounds good right now. Go get some Boko Haram with that creamy cheese sauce on it.
And the only reason I know that is I had the
man.
best
Isn't that crazy?
Uber drive
Says
ever.
They all. I was like so.
I had the best Uber drive ever. He was a Somali pirate.
I was like so instead
No
of
shit.
running out
He's
of
like, you know what? I finally thought, hey, if you can't beat him, join him.
And the only reason he got asylum in this country was because Boko Haram had infiltrated the gang, and they wanted them to start raping and pillaging and going through all these different places. And he was like, "Oh, I need to get asylum or whatever."
I gotta get out of this.
And he came here, and now he's driving Uber. I mean, like, I have not seen him. I
Oh.
wish I would have gotten his number because
Oh,
I would
probably
request him
the,
every goddamn time. Seriously.
Fire suppression.
He was the absolute coolest Uber driver I've ever had in my life.
Your pirate?
Yes.
Yeah, so 0 degrees, 40-mile-an-hour winds.
With snow standing
Foot
on
of
I mean, you got piracy, you got Boko Haram, you got terrorism, you got
Oh, I'm thinking of my
pillaging.
It's not going to be. No, actually, it was cold.
Seriously.
There wasn't it, Nebraska?
Yeah, everything's heading that way that we're getting.
All right, what are we doing
The,
with Kathy?
so
we still
yesterday,
have not
by the time
established
Andy
what
got
we're
back
doing
up
with
to
Kathy.
Jeremy, Snowing like crazy, like, negative 10, negative 15, negative 20 with wind chill.
He's 8 degrees right now.
That's just a Tuesday in Wyoming.
Yeah. So I'm not a diehard. I don't know all the movies. That I know that car accident scene is like the biggest car accident.
I say this every time. Okay? Every 5 miles going through Wyoming, there's a sign that says windy conditions may exist. Next 5 miles. They need to put up one big sign at the border that says Wyoming blows.
Expect wind.
There was a mine I worked at in Green River that we got stuck on the ground for 2 days, 2.5 days, because it was too cold to operate the electric man hoist. Gets below 50, and the electric motors won't.
Well, my kids got back from their Southeast Asia trip yesterday, so I can't wait to go out to dinner with them and see if my daughter-in-law is going to drink wine. Because their plan was not to get pregnant until after their honeymoon.
Oh, God, so I didn't know what the wine meant. Yeah.
So hopefully they did some work on their honeymoon.
Okay, what do you think the coldest has been in the world?
In the world?
In the last, it's in the last 75 years. Not wind chill.
Excluding Antarctica?
No, it's not excluding shit, but it's not Antarctica.
Was it the Black Canyon of the Gunnison? That always gets really cold.
It's somewhere in Russia.
It is in Russia. I've never heard of it. It's called the Southern Pole of Cold. That's a hell of a fucking name. Located in the Southern Pole of Cold.
Like 85 or
the
something?
The Vostok Research Station, negative 89.2. I mean, wouldn't you like seriously, how long can a human be out there? Maybe, what,
2 minutes?
Minute?
Not even.
2 minutes, you'd be dead. Exactly.
Just like the cartoons.
God, it would be, wouldn't it? I mean, that's crazy. If you took a piss, it would literally freeze before it hit the ground.
Well, you've seen those experiments, don't you, with the hot water? You throw it up in the air.
With the hot water.
Yeah.
There was one the other day, the guy went from here to here, and it was cool as shit, man.
Well, this weekend, try it.
Hold on. Coldest ever in Colorado. What do you guys think?
Minus 35.
Oh, fuck no, dude.
Probably close to 60.
You nailed it. Minus 61
Frisco.
Maybell.
That's
Do you know where that is?
That's up by
That's
Craig.
that's the coldest place in Colorado.
Maybell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Meeker or Craig up that way.
Holy shit, minus 61?
Think about it. If you got an erection, you wouldn't need Viagra. It would just freeze like that.
I hope when I'm 80, I am as spry. Okay, how about in Denver?
Well, no, he only talks about it. Has anybody ever actually witnessed it?
Thank God, no.
Witness what?
Not getting busy. Okay, how about in Denver?
10 seconds, guys.
Kevin's...
On our website, check. That's check. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Let's talk. Let's find out what we can do to make your life a little easier. Each and every day we try to do this for going on 45 years. Frank Duran, the real estate man, brings you this hour. Frank Duran will give you prices for your home, like what it will sell for. He'll give you accurate pricing and then tell you what you can buy, too. He does it with a complete analysis of the market, your neighborhood, your house, supply and demand, interest rates, and he has 30 years of experience, and there's no obligation. So get some intelligence first before you decide if you want to buy or sell and buy or whatever. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Thank you for being here, everyone. It's car day. Is Kevin still there? Kevin? Okay, his name dropped off here. But Kevin Calkin shared an Autotech, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, and we're talking about cars a little bit. I mean, we've had a lot of other calls in here. And I just want to give you an update on something pending that we don't understand. But Kathy had some glass panes replaced in 2020, later in 2022. They're under a 1-year warranty from Ken Carl Glass. and she said a window washer discovered they were scratched, somehow defective. Ken Carl would not do anything about it. They basically say she called too late.
I got a message into, what was it, Old Castle building envelope. We got lucky. There's actually, the manufacturer actually owns a place in Denver. So I think I got through to the right person, left him a pretty good detailed message. I'm expecting to hear back from them, and we'll try to get one of their people out. The one thing I want to add to this, though, Tom, and give me your opinion, she's saying they installed them and there was scratches on them, according to her window cleaner. But what I don't get is she went 2 years or whatever from the date, or a year, whatever it was, without noticing the scratches. Isn't that a little odd?
That's a good point, but here's what I think. I think that she thought it was residual. I think she said from something. Kathy, why was it that you didn't notice it?
The reason I didn't notice it is because the windows are at different heights on my house. And like Beth admitted to me, saying, well, yes, you look through your windows. You don't look at your windows. And that's true. And they were dirty. So
that's okay.
I understand that question. That is a valid question, but you don't really see the
and it doesn't matter because it was noticed before the warranty ended. So that's all that matters.
No, that's not all that matters, because how do we know they didn't get scratched after they installed them?
Well, 11 of the 14 were scratched. So that's why we called Old Castle.
That's a lot of scratches.
We called Old Castle. Yeah. We called Old Castle because we want them to check it out. Kathy, we're going to let you know when we hear from them. Right now, we have to move on. I swear to you. Robert, you have an issue on hail damage on your 2013 Toyota Sequoia. What's going on?
So I've been dealing with this loved one's Ford probably since right before New Year's on this vehicle. And we finally worked out a deal.
Tell us what happened first.
I purchased the vehicle. They didn't disclose to me that there was hail damage.
They don't have to.
Exactly apparent.
They don't have to. So tell me about, it was a used car, right?
Yeah, 10-4.
And the reason I'm telling you this straight up is not to waste your time. If you bought a used 2013 Toyota Sequoia and it was as is, they don't have to tell you about hail damage. So when did you discover the damage?
I discovered it right after the snowstorm on Monday.
Wait a minute. When did you buy it?
On Saturday.
Okay. And noticed on Monday. By the way, let me make something clear. Do I think they should disclose it? Positively, I think they should. But technically, they don't have to.
Well, when I go through and jump into Fairfield and Wood's website, which is a law firm in Colorado, it says Colorado law requires the dealer to make written disclosure of material damage to a vehicle prior to sale.
Right.
Before I sign the contract, they are legally obligated to notify me.
Okay, Robert. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and I don't want to brag, but who do you think took more calls and handled more of these questions and had more attorneys on these? I'm not trying to dispute what the attorney is saying. And by the way, we're getting an echo. I think it's from a headset. But here's what I'm saying. Material that is, Colorado law says that they have to make certain disclosures. Now, define that for me. Is hail damage one of those material damages?
Material damage, yes.
Who says? Robert.
It affects the price.
Who said, Robert? Robert, who told you it was a material damage? Because there has been plenty of court cases where it's not considered material damage. So you tell me who told you.
I looked it up online.
Okay, well, guess what? You can make that argument all day long, and it really depends on a lot of factors. First of all, they don't have to disclose it. I don't know they don't even have to disclose flood damage, for God's sakes. They have to disclose what they know and not lie about it. That's what they have to do if you ask about it. Now, we can argue about the nuances of that law, and you're not going to get any help. Or you can just look at the damn car. How bad is the hail? Is it so obvious you should have seen it?
On the roof, it is very obvious. But
Then why did I have a question? Why didn't you notice it?
Well, because the vehicle is probably an inch taller than me. It's got a roof rack on it. It just wasn't obvious. Walking around the vehicle, it wasn't apparent that there was any damage, any hail damage.
Hey, Robert, I think what you're reading and everything you're saying, there's some of it's correct, but the bottom line is it's known material issues. And if you couldn't see it, how would you possibly prove that someone that took it in his trade or whoever sold it to you could see it? I mean, I don't know. You would have to prove they knew the hail damage was there. How would you possibly do that?
No, Mark, it's not just that. You see, hold on. You're still escaping the most important thing, and that is material damage. What is a material damage? What is it?
Well, I don't think it matters if we're talking that it wasn't known, but I understand what you're saying. Maybe hail isn't a material damage, whereas, lead paint or a meth house might be material damage.
Well, here's the thing. I think that you're going to have a tough time fighting it by law. But then again, I have another idea.
Well, you just nailed it, Tom. You said, hey, why did it take you so long to see it? Well, what makes you think the dealer saw it?
Robert, that's a good question, but I have another question. If you say the law requires them to disclose it, why not just call the dealer, quote that law firm, and say, you better give my money back? Go ahead. Did you call him?
Yeah, I talked to him on Tuesday, and I kind of went through it.
Okay, what did they say? I'm really anxious to know what they said.
He just said that the Carfax didn't call for it. The title didn't list it. He didn't have information on it to know about it. And, they did work with me on the price, and that's pretty much it.
Wait a minute. What do you mean they worked with you on the price?
Well, we negotiated the price. I wanted to come down. I wanted so much more for my vehicle. I wanted to pay so much. So we worked things out. It wasn't in reference to any hail damage. It was just
you are up against everything. You were up against, was it a known fact they knew, and was it actually a material damage? I mean, you've got a hell of a hill to climb.
That's why I said, how much of a deal did they give you on the price?
They dropped it like $2,000.
And you're still not satisfied?
The reason I bought this vehicle is Toyota is a well-known vehicle. They have excellent resale value.
Yeah.
But with hail damage, you lose a lot of your resale value. I didn't end up with what I...
Did you go to a paintless dent guy? I mean, if it's not that much hail damage, it's probably not that much to fix.
It's on the roof. I didn't know to crawl up there. Nothing gave me an indication to even take a peek. I walked around the perimeter.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot.
But how much? Did you get an estimate how much it is to fix?
I can go through and get an estimate.
I bet it's not that much, man.
You know what you might want to do? Listen, you may want to get an estimate here. Did you sign anything to get this $2,000 reduction?
We agreed on a number. I signed a document with a number.
Well, I'll bet you on that document. I'll bet you that it's too late. You already settled.
Yeah. Well, I
send me a copy of the document. Send me a copy of the document.
If you can guys give me an email, I can send you all the documents I signed. I mean, I signed an as-is document. For sale as is.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that document. I am talking about a document when you got that reduction in price.
Yeah, I can email it to you. I don't have it with me. I can email it to you later.
I think you really need to, because I have a feeling we're wasting time if you got a $2,000 reduction and you already signed a settlement.
Yeah. Yeah, again, part of this is just figure out, do I have a case? I like the vehicle. I don't want to get rid of the vehicle.
I'd like to call this attorney.
It's not going to cost that much to get fixed. It's freaking dentless paint repair.
Yeah, so really, that's true. The $2,000 might cover a lot of that. If I were you, I'd call it good unless it's so bad. I mean, and if it is so bad, you have some responsibility. But here's what I would really love to know. This this law firm, I would like to know what they say about this, because really it's been a while since we talked to a law firm that actually does lemon law. Now, is it Fairfield you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm just looking at them online. I haven't talked to anybody. I just Googled the situation, and an article popped up on their website.
No, I see the article.
And I was reading but and the first 2 paragraphs are just my situation exactly.
Well, you're assuming it's a material damage. And I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's why I want to see if they'll come on the phone, Kelly. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. Hold on, man. Let's see if we can get this law firm on. Get the name from him. Do you still have do you have it in front of you or not, or do I have to give it to her? It's Fairfield and Woods, Kelly. So let's do that. We got more coming up. 303-713-TALK. By the way, Compass Insurance Group, speaking of car insurance, they do reviews of your insurance. In fact, all of your insurance free of charge to see that you're not paying too much. And they compare you with 25 companies free of charge. 303-996-9000.
Hey, it's Rick Lewis. When you're hurt in a wreck, there are a lot of attorneys that you could call, but you want all the money you deserve as fast as possible. You'll call Lerner and Rowe. The faster you call Lerner and Rowe, the faster they can get you all the money you deserve. Help is only one phone call away. They know how to get the money that the insurance
10 seconds, buddy.
To know about. The attorney you call does make a difference. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Call Lerner and Rowe. Those guys are great. Call 303-333-8888.
Listen, the clock is ticking. You have 4 days left to buy health insurance. In fact, not really, because you have the weekend coming up. In fact, Monday's your last day. So you better call Integra Insurance, or you can't buy health insurance after that unless you have a major life event. And most of the time, we don't have that. So what you need to do is call them. And here's the good part. They'll give you a free quote. They'll look at all the options and the one best for you, whether it's on the exchange, off the exchange, whether you're entitled to tax credits or not. You might be entitled to Medicaid. They can point you in that direction. They can help you with Medicare supplements. 303-466-5500. Call them. They'll help you. You don't pay a dime more going to them. 466-5500. All right, so let's talk about carpet cleaning, because I love carpet cleaning the right way, and I love having Zero Res at my home because it's what I call really clean. Zero Res, really clean, because they use ZR water, which is basically highly purified, softened, alkaline-based water, which is the best cleaning in nature. And what they do is they have a patented technique for applying this water, very little of it, so it dries faster, stays clean longer, no dirt attracting residue. I can't help but love the way they do the carpets. The only ones I let in my home. Once you have it done, you realize what really clean means, whether it's for carpets, tile, and grout, granite, mattress cleaning, upholstery, area rugs, even ductwork, commercial cleaning services as well. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150, 471-5150. Hey, Frank Duran, the real estate man, I can't say enough about him. You know, we talk a lot about his free market valuations to tell you what your house will sell for on the open market based on market conditions and his 30 years of experience. But he can also do another thing. If you're looking to buy a home, he can find you a home and help you negotiate the best deal. He's done it for me several times. He's done it for Mark and Suze, and he can do it for you. 303-920-1622. You'll never find someone better to be on your side. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Folks, I don't know anybody that doesn't fit into one of these.
Yeah. And you've got to have a door fit.
You know that
but they could be white.
Just
so therefore,
not if you're
this
Asian
and
you're handicapped.
Like in a Google search, this law firm came up with an article.
Foot. I know that. I want to get them on.
Okay. But they're not.
I follow everything, but I can speak English, damn it.
Okay, hold on, guys. I can't hear Kelly. What?
14-year-old.
Kelly?
You're good.
Okay, he's not working directly with them.
I understand that. I want to get advice from them for the show. It has nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him.
I can't hear him.
He knows. He just wants information for the show.
I just want to know if they're calling themselves experts in this. I would like to talk to them about it.
Okay.
Just
so
as an
anybody
expert.
will do?
Huh?
Anybody will do?
Anyone at Fairfield and Woods that has an idea about this, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to see if they'll help us out is what I'm saying. How much time do I have, Drag?
2.
Okay.
But that's why major corporations are dumping this
The
DEI stuff.
You know what? She was smart. The second it went viral, she got on it, and her apology sounds sincere. You know she just got caught.
Mm-hmm.
But she's looking at the Harvard and all this shit going, I ain't going to have a fucking job.
That's the whole thing. Why open your mouth these days?
But she speaks English. She's fucking privileged.
Yeah, $250 a year at her
Easily.
job.
Her job that's like totally been made up.
Yep.
Her job is to fucking tweeter shit like this. Tweeter, whatever it is. Peter Tweeter.
He's part of it because he doesn't speak English.
He has perfect diction.
I am non-privileged. God. Hey, Tom.
Oh, just missed.
Where's Martino? Martino.
Hi, Jessica.
His pizza's probably there.
Oh, he's ran to his pizza a couple times.
I have literally watched him eat an entire large, extra cheese, extra pepperoni, sausage pizza from, what is it, Tony's, Anthony's, in 5 minutes.
But without the bread, just the topping.
Just the
I guess
topping.
that you had one of your attorneys had written an article in regards to this.
Yeah.
Yo, you like him?
If there's anybody that you have on staff right now,
My favorite's pineapple. I love pineapple and jalapeno. Love that jalapeno.
No pineapple.
In fact, I'm going to start buying jalapeno-flavored Diet Coke. And jalapeno snacks. Jalapeno. I'm going to bring in fresh jalapenos.
With some cilantro.
And some cilantro. In fact, for Doc's 80th birthday with the hookers and all, I'm going to have jalapenos.
5 seconds here, guys.
When I first got married.
Fiduciary Advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
By the way, people are asking about that compounded form of the weight loss drug. It's called semaglutide, and denverregen.com is where you find out more about it. It's just $250 a month, which is unheard of. There's no shortage either. They're compounding it, the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, but instead of $1,200, it's only $250 a month. denverregen.com. Of course, check with your doctor on any weight loss or health program. Travis, let's talk about robocalls. What's going on?
How are y'all today?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Well, last week I called in to talk about how to fight against these robocalls.
Yes, yeah, I remember you, Travis. Thank you. You had a lot of information about it. And I asked you about the cases, and you actually said you made a lot of money doing it, suing these companies for doing robocalls.
Well, I wouldn't say a lot of money. I mean, I'm a rookie compared to some. There was one person that took the settlement money and he bought a bar and he called the bar the wrong number.
Oh, that's funny. Wow.
Yeah, it is funny.
What I'd like to know
but I thought I might. Well, yeah, go ahead. What's your question?
I'd like to know about the biggest case you've had.
Well, the biggest case was involving a solar panel installer, and that actually is kind of one of the most interesting one. It was the way it originated is there was a robocalling center that called me, and then they took down my information. Asked if I was interested in solar panels. Took down my information, and then passed that on to another company that then actually reached out of California to call me, and then we went through the whole scenario of solar panels and solar installations, but they were out of California, and the issue is you've got to connect the original robocaller to someone here in Colorado that you can sue. And so finally they said, okay, well, there's a company in Colorado that would do the installation called Generation Solar. So I researched that and found that they were actually registered with the Colorado Secretary of State to do business in Colorado. However, they were out of Utah, and they had no, they had no office. They had no employees here in Colorado, but they were registered to do business. So I was able to file a small claims court case against them, and for $7,500. Day of the court trial, they did not show up, and so I got a default judgment. But
how many of them turn out to be default judgments, Travis, that you sue?
That was the only one.
What are they? What do the rest of them do? Usually settle?
They usually settle beforehand. Yeah.
And what's the usual settlement? $1 to $2 grand, $2 to $3, what?
It's been anywhere from $650 to $7,000.
What are the damages set forth by the statute?
Well, there's two statutes. There's Colorado Revised Statute CRS Section 6-1-901, and that's called the Colorado No Call List Act. And in that act, it talks about violations of the no-call list as a deceptive trade practice. And so then you go to Colorado Revised Statute 6-1-113, and that talks about civil actions and damages under deceptive trade practices, and it has a statutory damage of $500. And then you can ask for 3 times or treble damages if there's clear and convincing evidence that such person engaged in bad faith. So, it could be $500 up to $1,500 per each call.
Why do companies continue to use robocalls if people around the country are starting to sue?
Well, that's the problem. That's one reason I kind of look at this as a public service effort for me. If we get more people to sue, maybe they'll stop doing it. And let me make clear, there's not a law against robocallers. There's a law against robocallers calling you if your number is on the state or the federal do not call list. So
you have to be on the no call list first.
You have to be on the no call list first. So if your listeners are interested in this, first thing they need to do is they need to register with the Colorado no-call list and with the federal no-call list.
Okay, but I have a question for you, Travis. It sounds to me like it's the violation of the no-calls list and this deceptive trade practice, and it doesn't sound to me like it has to be a robocall. It could be any call that violates those things.
Well, no, that's true. That's true, but the predominance is just these automated dialing systems.
Well,
it's just computer-generated calls.
And the one thing we're not talking about here is, check this out. There's over 200 gateway providers in the FCC's database, meaning 65% of operators that are allowing illegal robocalls were either based in foreign countries or through other gateway providers that can't be tracked down. So only 35% of what you're talking about you could even go after, because the majority aren't even in this country. Is that correct?
Mark, no. It's the company that uses them that can be held responsible too, right, Travis?
Yeah, I agree with Tom. Somebody in the United States is trying to sell something, and they are hiring the overseas robocallers. And so, you have to connect the overseas robocaller that's violating the law to the company in the United States. And a lot of times the company in the United States is they're trying to put up a firewall, and then they say, oh, no, we didn't violate the law. But the company that they hired did.
That's really amazing. So what did you want to talk about today? You started, and I asked questions. I may have interrupted you. What was it that... Go ahead.
No, I want to answer questions. Well, again...
Well, hold on. I'm still stuck on a few things, because I have gotten in the past, week, a ton of robocalls that are all political ads. So I can go after, let me give you an example.
They're excluded.
charitable organizations and political
are excluded.
Those bastards.
Yep.
Well, look who wrote the law.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Connect the
Travis. Why do companies continue to do it? Do they play the odds?
Well, they play the odds, and they're making so much money that they'll settle for $500, $700.
When you say they make so much money, I can't believe there are people who listen to robocalls and make appointments.
Well, and I've actually talked to the general counsel of one of the major law insurance companies in the United States, and he made a point. He said there are a lot of people that do want to buy things over the phone. They're not proactive and go online, and they'll take the call, and they do buy things online or on through these systems, and so they do serve a purpose, but they cross the line when your number is on the do not call list and you do not give them permission to call you, and they call you. But again, kind of the first is, you have to register your number on the do not call list, and in Colorado, that's www.coloradonocall.com. And the federal list is www.donotcall.gov.
So the Colorado one is not .gov?
No, it's not, because this whole program is administered under the auspices of the Public Utility Commission, but they contract this no-call list out to a third-party private company. And so I think they're actually located up in Longmont. And so their website is a .com.
Well, thank you very much, Travis. I appreciate it. We got to run to make this break. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. If you have any questions, we have him as almost an expert since he does it. By the way, Ideal Home Loans, you're expert in refining or buying. Of course, not a lot of people are refining, but if you do a home loan with them, the only ones with the interest rate guarantee, when rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. 303-867-7000.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
A couple new slowdowns throughout the Denver metro. Starting on the north end of town, I-25 southbound at Thornton Parkway, a crash blocking two right lanes has slow driving back from 120th. We're seeing a 15-minute delay through the area. On down to the south end of town, I-225 southbound at Yosemite Street, crash in the left lane has slow driving back from Parker Road. Otherwise, pretty quiet drive throughout the Denver metro. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a pinpoint weather alert weekend. We're going to see an overnight low of 4 degrees tonight, and it's not going to get much warmer Saturday and Sunday. We're also expecting about 3 or 4 inches of snow to hit the metro area in the afternoon. The current temperature in Denver is 33 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Progressive Insurance.
Are you coming next, Tom? 10 seconds.
When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
This is a really cold snap, and a lot of people might take advantage of you and try to sell you a furnace when you don't need one. I love Fix It 24/7 because of their free second opinion program. If anyone tells you you need a replacement furnace or AC, why don't you get them for a free second opinion and a better deal? Because they promise not only to give you that second opinion, but probably to beat the deal if it's genuine. And that's fixmyhome.com. Free second opinions when you need it the most. Fixmyhome.com. Hey, hail damage. It hits everything, and we've had more of it in 2023 than in many, many years. And you know what they're doing now in 2024 with Genesis Total Exteriors? They're going out and fixing your hail damage all on one point of contact, one company, one invoice. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Get the dependability of Genesis and Mark Szymanski, someone I've known for 25 years. Genesis. Whether you have hail on the roof or you have siding, gutters, you need doors, windows, Genesis Total Exteriors, including painting, decks, fencing. 303-679-8509. 679-8509.
Oh, shit.
Someplace here in Colorado.
How much time do I have?
3.
Thank you.
Get a deal at Hertz now on a Tesla.
Fuck, they're getting rid of all of them. They're like, fuck this. We're sick of sending the tow truck out.
Seriously.
Well, the other thing is, man, if you've never driven one, there is a fucking learning curve.
Absolutely.
So to go to drive one for like 2 days on a rental, you're in a pretty good predicament to fuck something up.
You're a bus?
No, the Tesla in general.
Oh,
Any
really?
size, any Tesla. Slow, fast, anything.
I'd be curious how that battery would hold up at 10 below. I mean, would it
It's horrible.
Just zip?
No, when we were in Norfolk helping Miles out, helping him move, we took the Tesla out there one time, and they don't have any superchargers at all. The best charger they have is like a 6 amp. And to give you an idea, a 6 amp, if you were at 0 to say 80%, a 6 amp could be 2 days. But
my lawnmower's 6 amp. Yeah.
Yeah, but on top of all that, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On top of all that, it was fucking 0 degrees out. So, I mean, it was horrible. We did learn about the red glow, though. Remember that? So, when it gets that cold, whether you do it or not, the Tesla turns on this, like, mode, this, like, save my ass mode, and the entire car glows red. I've never seen anything like it. I thought something was fucked up, so I'm Googling, why is my Tesla red? And they're like...
Well, where does the red come from?
I have no idea, man. But, like, the windows are red. It's not like a light on. It's almost like...
You got a little Tesla force field?
I don't know what the fuck it is.
There has to be some light somewhere, Mark.
But what is the
I
purpose?
don't know.
What's the purpose of it?
It's a defroster. But it doesn't just defrost windows. It literally defrosts the entire car.
Huh.
So, in other words, picture your defroster with a red tint when it's on, but the entire car, including your door panels, everything.
But that seems to me it would just zap your power even more.
I'm sure it does, but I think it's more of a preservation. Like, it could kill the battery so bad if it doesn't warm up that you're stuck.
Yeah.
I think if that battery, I have no idea if it even allows you to go to 0, but if you did, I don't know what would happen.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it technically lose, like, all of its settings? And I don't know.
I don't imagine. Well, I guess it could go completely 0. Yeah.
Yeah, we came out from the hotel. I was like, what the fuck? I think what it was doing right here was active preconditioning the battery. What's up, brother? How do you turn it on and off?
Cool, until my shirt comes in.
Oh.
10 seconds here, guys.
I was thinking about getting my...
DRHI.com or 800-362-8370.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, did we get anyone to talk about that hail damage from that law firm, Kachina?
So I did call the firm, and the closest person who handles that is actually on their honeymoon right now. So I did leave a message for the next person that would be able to make some sort of guidance toward that. So it's still pending.
Okay. By the way, I'm finding where people have lost trying to claim they didn't know about hail damage if the dealer did not lie about it and did not hide it. So I don't know. I think it's going to be very, very difficult. Again, I think you should get an estimate. Let's cut Robert loose until we get an attorney specifically to address this. I want one who says they handle these disclosure cases. I just want you to know a lot of people say they handle them, but they don't really handle them. They just write letters and hope that they settle. Okay, Ronnie, what's happening with you? Hello, Ronnie.
Sure. Hello, Tom. I've been trying to get a refund from a new big box store in town in Thornton, and I find Living Spaces is the name of the store.
Well, what's going on with them? What's the problem?
Well, my husband ordered a picture. They said they had it in stock. They just sold the one off the floor, had it in stock. They would ship it. It would be to us before Christmas. It was a Christmas present. That was back on the 7th of December. Kept trying to get it. And after 20 phone calls now, Doc and I spoke with a person on Wednesday, and I showed him the trick to get into a real person in California. This Margot person told us, give him until Friday. I had talked to a person at the store. She had called me, finally. Somebody called me on Monday. Hadn't heard back from her. So
is this a painting or what? What kind of picture?
No, a picture.
It's a $650 print. So it was a print that was supposed to be. Everybody kept saying it's being shipped. It's being shipped.
Okay, so where does it stand today?
Today, Caroline at the store, I talked to her yesterday. She called me.
Yeah.
I thanked her because nobody ever calls me back. She called me, and I told her that we had been on the phone, and I had someone else on the phone with me at the time. And so I said we were giving the store till Friday, and she said, "Oh, was that?" Jim,
Did you? This might have escaped me. Have you paid for this already?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. It was paid back on the 7th of December.
Okay.
They're just saying they can't give us the money back until their shipper, so their supplier, releases the funds. And I said, but I didn't.
No, that's not. No, that's bull crap. That's bull crap.
Yes, exactly.
But what did they
So
say
yesterday,
today?
Caroline called me back yesterday and said, I've taken it to the top, and they said, we can't get the money back because the company is going to ship it to you. So we can't get the money back.
Yes,
I've
you
taken
can.
it to the top. I'm going to keep working on it. I said, I had somebody on the phone with me yesterday, and they're giving them until Friday. And she said, oh, was that this person from the company? And I said, no, it was actually Tom Martino. We were on the show. And she said, Tom Martino? I said, yes. Now, she's in Thornton, so she is local. And she said, oh, well, I want you to know I'm going to continue to work on this. And I said, I think that's a good idea. She said, I agree. This is ridiculous. We should have been able to give you your money back. And so this morning we got a call from Caroline saying the money had been credited to our account. We looked, and sure enough, this morning we have a pending credit. But I think it's only because I talked to you guys and I mentioned you.
Good job, Doc, or whoever, or you. Good job. And as always, we love when
I was on the phone with Ronnie, and to let them know that we were on the case.
Yeah, but that was a guy from California, and I think the guy from California didn't really know. Oh, I think he's in California. I don't know. His language wasn't. I think he's a second language.
Listen, will you keep us informed, Ronnie? Because I would love to, hear the rest.
Well, yeah, this is Living Spaces. Hello, we should have gotten it immediately.
Like
Doc said.
I totally agree, and that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And
thank you.
And again, we will stay on top of it. So call us back if that pending credit doesn't become a permanent one. 303-713-8255. Although we still have a pending credit on our account for $60,000. That's a trivia question for Mark and Suze. Do you remember what it was? Okay, here's what it was. On a Friday afternoon, two people went into a bank and cashed two bogus checks from the
Tommy, I remember.
From the Troubleshooter network, 50 and 10, within a half hour of each other at Vectra Bank. Now, we said to Vectra, this is a fraud. You should have known. They were obvious frauds. They were photocopies. Vectra said they'll investigate and gave us a pending credit.
Yep.
So we wanted to know who cashed it, how did they cash it. We would use that information to prosecute these people. Vector refused to cooperate.
I think you asked for video too, Tom.
Yeah, they refused to cooperate
Yeah, but
with
they
us.
gave us the credit.
No, a pending credit. It never became a permanent credit. So they refused to cooperate with us. They refused to cooperate with the police. That's Vectra Bank. And of course, that corporate account has since been moved. But that's Vectra Bank. Just wanted you to know that. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
A couple new slowdowns throughout the Denver metro. Starting on the north end of town, I-25 southbound at Thornton Parkway, a crash blocking 2 right lanes has slow driving back from 120th. We're seeing a 15-minute delay through the area. On down to the south end of town, I-225 southbound at Yosemite Street. Crash in the left lane has slow driving back from Parker Road. Otherwise, pretty quiet drive throughout the Denver metro. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a pinpoint weather alert weekend. We're going to see an overnight low of 4 degrees tonight, and it's not going to get much warmer Saturday and Sunday. We're also expecting about 3 or 4 inches of snow to hit the metro area in the afternoon. The current temperature in Denver is 33 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
At Progressive, they're making
10 seconds, buddy. You're next.
help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. That's Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
You know, it's car day today. We love having good car shops, and you can find yet another one at RKC Automotive. RKC, that's Ramondo, 25-year strong domestic and imports, and old or new. He does it all. He loves working on older cars too. Major engine work or just transmissions, or not just. They're transmissions, brakes, electrics. And what he'd like you to do is give him a call, 720-749-3965. Or you can drop by 2120 West Evans. That's Evans, just west of Tejon. 720-749-3965. RKC Automotive. You can find them on Facebook as well. Now, you want a place to get your RV serviced, or you want to maybe trade it in and get the best prices, or you want to buy a new one? LazyDays.com. Lazy Days, the RV authority. What do I mean by that? Oh, my goodness. They have such a huge selection, several locations, everything you want in an RV place. LazyDays.com, including a maintenance facility at I-25 and exit 240, what used to be Century RV. Our friends up there are now Lazy Days of Denver at Longmont, and you can go see them. That's LazyDays.com, whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to sell your used one, trade it in, or you need service, LazyDays.com. Zero res is safe.
Well, you can get a pistol grip that also still has the...
Still has a stock.
Oh, yeah, with both. Yeah. Right, yeah.
That's how ours.
Get like a bushwhacker.
But it's a little easier to move around than the
yeah.
Well, yeah, and you'll probably want a shorter barrel.
Yeah,
just
they have
for home
18-inch barrels.
Yeah.
That's as short as I could find.
Now,
Well, Jeff's custom guns, they make them as short as you
Well,
want.
And my guys are worried that they might break in while we're having our poker game.
There was a big one way back, man. My buddy Rogo was there. I forget where it was, but it was a big game, probably 10, 15 tables, kind of a home game. They busted in
10,
there.
15 tables is a home game?
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah. They busted in there and fucking robbed the entire joint, man. 3 or 4 of them, total gunpoint. Definitely inside job.
Yep.
Well, you know, they used to have the Gin Rummy Club, and they would have outside cameras and everything. And my buddy, who's a police detective, said, you know what? All you have to do is get somebody whose friend is a cop, and then once he's inside, he just stands up, okay, here's my badge, everybody, you're under arrest. So the outside thing is only if someone's going to, break in, not to prevent you from being arrested for an illegal poker game.
I don't think that seems like such a weird thing to bust someone for these days.
No, they bust these poker places every now and then They don't bust home games.
Yeah. Fucking Wordle.
I only like it when you solve them.
I got it in 2 today.
Did you really?
I'm so happy that
In
never
2?
happens to me. I think so. I think 2.
But it seems like it's either that or you sit there and you get like no letters. Like, how can I get none? How is that even?
Not even a hint.
I hate this game.
Yeah, I got it in 2.
That's amazing. Oh, wait. Nope. God, you got fucking 2. I got the first and last letter in the right place and can't get it.
Next month now.
You know, you're talking yesterday about Compass. Check. You know, they called me up every year without my having to ask them, Mark. And they switched me to the. They're just tremendous company.
Yeah, they are.
$15 seconds here, guys.
Several candidates now squaring off against Lauren Boebert in the 4th Congressional District. Former GOP candidate for Governor Heidi Ganahl launches a new media platform. And Jeff Hurd, now the favorite in House District 3 with the departure of Boebert to the 4th on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Don, let's talk about car insurance. What's going on, Don?
Hello.
Hey, Don, what's happening?
Yes, I had on November of last year, I had got hit by the loss of cart in front of the Costco.
Oh, you were hit by a shopping cart. Who hit you?
The shopping cart guy who had a load of cart and like pulling with the motor.
Oh, I get it. So it was an employee.
Yes.
Okay.
And like I was I pulled out of the parking lot. I was trying to turn left right in front of the entrance. And I saw him coming kind of diagonal on the way to head to the entrance of the Costco. So I was turning left, and then I see him coming diagonal direction. So I stopped to not to hit him, and then he just kept coming and hit my driver's side door.
Did he try to stop?
Yeah, he did try to stop, and that's why it was very light hit. So after that, he just looked at me and pulled the cart, and I kind of tried the car back because it was the middle of the street.
Well, did you make a report with the store?
Yeah. So what happened was I got out of the car, looked at the door, and then because of the dust and everything, it looked like okay. So I just drove away.
So you did not make a report to the store?
Yeah, right at that time. And then when I went to another market, and then my wife looked at the car and she found out the dent. So I called Costco immediately, and talked to the manager at the time. And what he told me is...
How long after it happened did you report it?
Afternoon, within an hour.
Oh, okay.
Because I went to Aurora. So, and then he said, you can report it next day if you are away, because I told him I drove away, and then I found out this damage, and he said, you can report to the manager at UD tomorrow if you want.
Did you go back the next day? Don, did you go back the next day?
Next morning, around 10 o'clock, I went there.
Okay, hold on, and we'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino. Let's figure out what's happening with this. Parking lot dense with shopping carts are almost impossible to collect. We'll talk about it coming up. I'm hoping they have footage.
Yeah, but the footage would show him getting out, looking at it.
Not seeing anything.
Not seeing anything, and then getting back in the car.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, did you end up buying any of those wall-saver electronic devices?
Me? No. I'm going to.
I'll let you know if they work.
Do you have any?
I got some for Christmas, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be really cool. You know, I looked at engineering sites and said it's impossible that they can work.
You know, I had mentioned it to somebody because on our Transmission Brotherhood, somebody had said it was working in their shop, and next thing I know, I had them I got them under the Christmas tree. So I'll let you know. I got them plugged into the cabin, so it's pretty regular what my bill is.
Hey, Tommy, I was curious what your Secret Santa gift was yesterday. Was it an Amazon card?
No. It was that thing there, that Tom Martino placard. I mean, Troubleshooter.
Oh, that's right. I got an Amazon card from my Secret Santa, but it's no good. I don't know if I should tell the person or what.
Do you know who it is?
Well, yeah, because the person that organized told me because you did not participate, no one drew my name, so he got me a gift. So then I went to use it this morning. I was like, I'll put that towards the shirt I want.
Tom ruined
It was
Christmas.
no good. I don't know if I should tell him.
You know, there's a big scam going on with these gift cards.
Yeah.
I actually got to play Santa this year.
Oh, did you dress up as Santa?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't interact directly with the kids. They had a big thing going on down at the lodge down near us.
Was it on your birthday?
Huh?
Was it on your birthday?
It was on Christmas Eve.
It was your Christmas
No,
Eve?
I'm 23. I'm 23.
I thought it was the 24th.
Okay. Gotcha. So, so I just made a bunch of noise, and so all the kids kind of came out by the beer garden, and then they got to catch Santa, crossing around through the lot there, and then I went to a couple other houses and made sure to make noise, and so they got to catch Santa actually working. So
Oh, that's cool.
just enough to make sure that they went to bed when they were told. So what was it you were looking at for $500, Doc?
Oh, it was the Mossberg, I think 550 or something, 500 series.
I have no idea
Something
why
like
you
that.
would want something like that.
What?
I don't know why you'd want
Well, it
something
looked
so
like
expensive.
it looked like I want a pump shotgun.
Yeah.
And that one seemed pretty reasonable.
That one's a 20 gauge. But you can get pump shotguns for a lot less. It's a Rock Island for $159.
That's not a bad brand.
Jeff, by chance, I'm just throwing it out there for you. I've got a whole big bag of very usable airsoft guns that I'm going to donate to a kid. Got any ideas? Like they were miles, so they're like 10 years old, but they work just fine. It's like I don't know what to
really
do with
know
them.
any kids that age anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with them. Maybe one of the YouTubies. No, a boy who
Donate
would
them to
like
the-
a bunch of airsoft BB gun.
Donate them to the school.
Bring them up.
Called squirrel.
So you think a Rock Island
I
is
hate to
okay?
throw 'em
For
out.
what you're using it for? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
What about your grandson? Is he old enough for him, and is that something you would?
I'll take a look at that.
Miles and his buddies were running around
Yeah,
with
and
those
you can
things
see-
when he was like,
Mine was
I want
called
to say 13.
Available in stores
Escort.
only.
That's closer to. Yeah.
Let's see. Tell us what's shipping's not available. Of course, it's not.
I mean, I'm hoping I get back to these.
How much is the
Of
Escort?
course. No.
Because they
They usually
definitely sell those at
$500 store. You're kind of over by Tom, aren't you?
Yeah.
So where's the nearest Murdoch Street, Parker?
Probably 225, right? No?
You're going to get a gun?
225. 225.
I
in
want a
what?
shotgun just for self-protection.
Really?
I don't have a
Wow.
security system in my house.
But why not a handgun compared to a shotgun? Because it's more effective?
You're not going to miss with a shotgun.
You're not going to miss.
Yeah. Just make sure you get a good large pellet. Don't get like number 8s.
No.
We don't need another Dan Coyle out there.
I hit him 4 times.
You know, so I have
go down.
Yeah.
A good friend of
Choose
mine,
some tea or some double
who's a
tea or
forensic psychologist, who knows, he works with every police department in the FBI.
Yeah.
He said, number one, you can't just shoot once with that your adrenaline, you keep shooting.
Yeah.
And he said the odds on you being able to control yourself with a handgun the first time you're trying to kill somebody is 0.
Yeah.
So he said, get a shotgun, pump it twice, and you're safe.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be such close range if they break in. But it's funny, outside of my unit, there's 2 street lamps that light up the front of my house perfectly. So it's like I have 2 spotlights on my front door. So if they're going to rob somebody, my feeling is they're not going to do it. They're going to find a place that's not lit up like that.
Well, you use the loosest choke possible.
Say again?
Use the loosest choke possible.
The bigger spread.
You get a quicker spread.
Most of them will have inserts. Just pull the insert out.
Well, I'm assuming if I ever have to use it, it's going to be at such close
Have
range.
you ever shot one before?
No.
Take it over to Cherry
Oh,
Creek Gun
I will.
Club, and the range officers over there will help you.
Yeah, one of my buddies is a big gun enthusiast who belongs to all sorts of shooting clubs at the Cherry Creek area, and he said he'll take me there. No, I wouldn't just not learn how to use it.
Yeah, I mean, shooting rifles is like jazz music, you know? But shotguns are more like rock and roll, man.
Right.
You're just getting crazy with that motherfucker.
Yeah, I cannot get this fucking Wordle.
When I got married to my first wife, she knew she couldn't shoot somebody if they broke into the house. You know, the worst thing you could do is pull a gun on somebody and not use it.
And it's funny because the one time I had a guy come in our house with a gun. I know we had guns, but like that's the last thing on my mind. I freaking ran.
Well, she
but
said she knew
I couldn't have accessed them anyway, even if I would have known, because he was between me and where our guns would have been.
Yeah, well, she said she knew she couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I just got a pump action. It was incapable of chambering around.
Right.
So, but you hear that pump inside a dark hallway. You know what that was.
Yeah.
So you're clearing out, and even if they call her bluff on it, worst they're gonna do is beat her with it. So they can't shoot her with it.
15 seconds here, guys.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. I love it, too, because it's card day. Hey, guys, I got to ask you something.
All right.
Talking to Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, cold weather.
Tom?
I'm
Basics
back.
real quick.
It's
going to be like -5 or something.
And went dead.
I mean,
No worries. You're going back up.
Yeah, I'm here, Mark.
Well, all fluids. I mean, it's even as simple as washer fluid. Did you put water in it
oh
last
my
time?
God, I found myself pulling over to a freaking 7-Eleven and spending like $85, and I'm exaggerating, but on the blue stuff. I mean, you're absolutely right. What else?
Well, obviously your air pressure. So the tires are going to be crucial for your traction. So you should already know whether or not your four-wheel drive is working before that snow and whatnot hits. Make sure it's cycling in and out Nothing like getting stuck in a snowbank because you didn't know.
And you know what? The cool part is Discount Tires and other places, but they do for sure. You can pull right up, not even get out of your car, and they'll check your air pressure.
Now, are you
feel
talking
bad.
about this because of the coming weather?
Yes.
Or the weather, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what a bomb cyclone is?
Yes, because we've had one here before.
Yeah. So cyclone's low pressure storm, and they call it a bomb because it crashes so fast. And do you realize 1 millibar an hour is incredibly, I mean, it goes from like, I mean, it comes in so fast, the air, so the wind is horrendous. And actually, you know what else happens with a bomb cyclone that's a rarity, but it happens. In fact, the other day I said to Stephanie, this is probably one of the things that could happen, and it happened in Chicago. I was talking about it yesterday. Winter tornadoes, very, very rare. And then the polar vortex, it just so happens that both of these are happening at the same time. But a polar vortex is separate from a bomb cyclone. A polar vortex is the air that normally circulates around the North Pole. And some of it breaks off once in a while and gets sucked down to that low pressure. So now you have low pressure, plus you have that polar air. It's going to be hellacious. I don't know. Do you think we'll get a lot of snow? I don't know what they're predicting, but it's going to be cold. That's for
It's
sure.
just going to be stupid cold, Tom.
Maybe not snow, but cold. I don't know. Anyway, Don, what would you do if you're at Costco? You get hit. You go away. You come back the next day. What happened, Don? I want to skip to this part, and I just want a yes or no. Are they going to cover the damage?
No.
Why?
Because the insurance guy called me and say, first of all, I left the site, and then next thing is they don't have any camera to prove. It's word by word, word against the word. With
Well, is the guy denying he did it?
I guess, but when I went to the next
Did you get the
day,
guy's name?
I point out the guy.
Did you get the guy's
I don't
name?
have a guy's name, but I talked to the manager. I pointed him out to the manager. The manager talked to him. And he never talked back to me, but fill up the form to claim, and I did that. And then I got the call from the insurance guy, but he says that he's not going to cover it.
I don't think you're going to get it
I
covered. I think, first of all, let me tell you why. As soon as it happened, you need to make them freeze in motion and stop and say, hold on, sir. Do not move. I need to show this to your manager. And the fact, I understand what you're saying. You don't have to repeat it. You looked at it. It didn't look bad. You didn't think there was anything there. You didn't notice it till an hour later. Then you called. Then they said you can come in the next day. All I'm saying, Don, is really they're not going to cover it. And you're not going to get them to cover it. Not unless they want to. And insurance adjusters will turn that down every time. They're just not going to cover it. You left and you came back the next day. Did you come back the next day, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Well, did the manager, when you went back the next day, did the manager come out and take pictures?
Yes.
Okay. And did the guy who did it admit it?
So, I mean, I point to him, to the manager.
You don't know what he told the
He
manager.
was working there. Yeah, I don't.
You don't know. Okay.
No.
I don't know. I mean, if this happened to me, I'd be pissed, but there's nothing you can do about it. You can't prove it happened. You just can't. Do you have a witness?
My wife was in the car with me.
How much is the damage?
And
how much is the damage?
It's just a slight damage.
How much is it going to cost to fix?
I never checked yet because.
Well, why don't you check?
Is the paint scratched or no?
No.
So you can do paintless on it. It's probably going to be under $100.
It's like a huge dent, I would say. It's just wrecked a little bit, but no paint here.
How old is your car, Don?
It's a 2022.
That's pretty new. So you can do paintless dent repair. That's what I would look into. That'll cost you next to nothing.
I'd get that done, then I'd take the receipt and I'd go visit that same store manager again and say, look, I've been a customer. I've had a membership for this many years. It was only $150. Can I get a store credit? Please work with me.
Good idea. Mark has a car insurance issue. Mark, what's happening?
Good afternoon, Tom. Hey, long-time listener as long as you've been on the air and TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got me in as much trouble as you saved me trouble, but I appreciate your service and help.
Thank
you. No, wait. You can't say that and No. How did he get you in trouble?
By telling me what to do, and the guy threw a fit.
Oh, really? Cool. So what's going on with your car insurance?
Yeah. Okay, got in an accident a week ago. Gal ran a stop sign in front of me, and so her insurance company has admitted liability, but they want to total my vehicle, and it's not. So the repairs don't even come close to what they want to give me for.
Well, tell me about your vehicle.
2001 Ford F-250 pickup.
Okay. How many miles?
245,000.
Okay. And
God,
how much?
Of course they're going to total it.
How much are the repairs?
They want to total it. You want to give me $6,500, which I can't replace that truck for $6,500.
How much will it cost to
There's also got a
fix?
lift gate on. $3,250, $3,500, depending on whether I got to replace an air conditioner or evaporator.
Well, you have a right to ask for the repair cost.
There we go.
Now, listen. When you are in an accident with your own insurance, you're contractually obligated to take their offer to total your car. You're not contractually obligated to take a total of your vehicle unless, listen carefully, unless the repair cost exceeds the cost of the vehicle. But you're telling me that they want to give you over $6,000.
But wait, how would they know until? So let's say they agree to what he's saying, $3,200 to fix it. They get in there, they work on it, and next thing you know, the frame's bent. It's going to be over $8,000. That's a lot of times why they just say, you know
Then
what,
Mark,
give
then
him the
Mark,
full
if-
value.
but they wouldn't have to give it to him if he settled for the cost. If he goes and gets an estimate and he settles for it, it's done. That's it.
Okay.
They're done. Now, if you're
Okay,
saying
here's the
don't
thing.
settle
I got
for
a
it, then
second.
they could say we're not taking the risk, take this or nothing. So here's what I'm getting at, Mark. What they're trying to do, they're trying, your numbers don't make sense to me. They're trying to mitigate their loss. So if they're going to give you over $6,000, they want the truck back. They figure they can sell the truck for a few grand. They're going to end up paying the same amount whether you keep the truck or whether, in other words, if you wanted to buy the truck back, what would they charge you? Did you figure it out?
They wouldn't give me an estimate.
Okay, I think
We
that
never got that far.
I don't think you're not under any contractual obligation to take their offer. If you can fix that truck for what do you think? Did you actually have it estimated?
Yes, I did. I just I set my own shop over to it, and he says between $3,250 and $3,500, and the frame is not bent.
Okay, let's say $3,500. You can sue that other driver for $3,500. You're not obligated. You're not obligated to go to their insurance. You're not obligated to take a total. You're not. You're just not obligated. You have no contract with them whatsoever. Now, if the repairs, listen carefully, if those repairs were $3,500 and the truck was worth $2,000, they don't have to give you anything more than the value of the truck.
They're not going to pay the repairs to my repair shop.
Well, you have to pay for everything.
That's why I called you.
You have to pay for everything until you prove differently. Okay, you see, you're making the mistake. You're trying to deal with an insurance company. Why? She damaged your truck. You can sue her for the tow bills and for the repairs. In small claims court, up to $7,500. Do you realize they can't force you to talk to them?
Right. And that's why I called. I just wanted to verify it.
I would immediately begin small claims court immediately.
Okay. All right.
And I would do it right away, and I would do it based on the fact that you don't have to take anything except what it will take to fix your truck, unless, I'm going to keep saying this, I don't know what that truck's worth. Guys, what do you think that truck's worth? A 2001. It's a 23-year-old truck.
They're online for anywhere from 10 to 17,000.
Okay. You know what, man? With 245,000 miles, Kev?
Yeah, 177,000 miles for 17.9.
Here's the thing, Mark. I don't know where they're getting. They're trying to make money off you, man.
Yes,
I would not take that offer. You know what's weird? They're applying formulas as if you were insured by them.
But hold on, I got to say this, man. I'm not understanding this part. The value is the value. So if he hired petty details or whatever, I don't know what the value is, nor do I care. Let's take $10,000. If they offer him $10,000, I don't think there's any way in the world he can force them.
Yes, he can.
To fix the vehicle.
Yes, he can. He can
not
refuse
with
it.
the $10,000. No, he takes
listen,
either the
guys,
10, yeah.
You're forgetting something. He's not under contract. He can simply say, "No, I don't want to sell my truck for $10,000. I want it fixed." The only time it becomes unreasonable is if what he is asking is unreasonable.
But all they owe him is the value of the vehicle, no matter what.
Mark, that is not true. Hold on. That is true. That is true. They don't owe him more than the value of the vehicle, but he certainly has a right to opt to get it fixed if it's less than the value. They can't force him to sell it. That's what you're saying. He's not under contract. They can't
I'm not
force
saying
him.
they can force him to sell it. They can total it, write him a check, and he can buy it back.
Mark, he's not under contract to do that. So I know what you're saying.
Well, I guess he can do nothing then. He can. You're right. He doesn't have to sell it. He doesn't have to get any money from him. He doesn't have to do anything.
That's right.
I agree.
That's right. He can go and get the repair cost from the person who did the damage. Now, if she says, "Your Honor, I want my insurance to cover it," he'll say, "Go and let him cover it." And then they have to cover it. An insurance company with no contract with you can't force you to sell something. They can't force you to hand over your truck for $10,000. There's no conscionability to that. It's your truck. It's their value. That's not your value. It would be different if you had a contract with them. In a contract, you agree to go by their value. You agree to go by their rules. He doesn't have to subject himself to their rules. I mean, if it will cost him $3,500 to fix that truck, and he wants to settle for that, and they'd rather give him $6,000, fix it, and sell it for 15 or 17, they can't do it. Sorry, they can't do it. They can't force him to do it. There's no compelling authority to make him do it. It's only when people are looking for more than something's worth that they lose their rights. I mean, it's just logical. But you know, here's the deal.
Break time, Tom.
Mark, just go ahead and sue her for damages. Don't even think about the value of the truck unless what you're asking for is more than the value. I'm assuming that value is way more. These guys don't get to profit off of your misfortune. 303-713-8255. The holidays put an extra strain on your electrical system, so get an inspection now for just $21 from Plumline Electrical. You can trust Plumline to fix flickering lights, outlets, switches, and even complete panels. They can add new outlets.
10 seconds, buddy, then it's you.
extra cords and chargers. Schedule online. PlumlineServices.com. No phone call, no hassle, no wait. Service at home. Servants at heart. PlumlineServices.com. You know, I just realized that Monday is the 15th. It's the last day you have to get health insurance if you don't call today. So it's either today or Monday, because they're not working on the weekend. I don't think they are. Integra Insurance. They help you buy. You don't pay a dime more, and they help you find the best plan for you on or off the exchange, depending on if you're eligible for tax credits. They can tell you. You can also get your Medicare supplements through them or Medicare Advantage, whatever it is. Integra can help you, and they can help you by making health insurance simple and smart. They do the shopping for you for your individual circumstances. And if you don't buy it, then you're done. Don't get caught without insurance. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. IntegraInsurance.com.
A deal.
Does he let the cops know that?
Oh yeah, he tries to get.
I think I've actually. I randomly grabbed one. I think I've seen this. It was a dude in Walmart.
Yeah, he's caught a lot of people at Walmart.
Okay. Oh, that's his meat place.
No, not necessarily.
But I mean, that's one of them.
Not necessarily. So. What they do is they monitor online dating sites.
Good afternoon.
And they've got their own profiles. They're fake profiles put up there. But the person inside the image is obviously much younger than what it looks like.
Yeah, they're fishing.
You're looking for a 55-year-old, and you see this girl that looks like, she's got to be 17 or under. And then they go in there, and most of the time, right away, they'll tell them, oh, by the way, my real age is 13. They used to use 14, but now they use 13 because there's a change in the laws. So 14 can be a misdemeanor, whereas 13 is definitely a felony.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's the Romeo and Juliet laws. But so then they get them in. They'll engage conversation with them, but they never talk sexual to them.
Hang on
it's always
for me.
the predator that starts getting real sexual, and then they let the conversation go on
Because they would call that
entrapment.
And it's online something or other.
I'll check it out when I got audio.
But and then they'll eventually set up a meet. So it could be at a movie theater, it could be at a Walmart or whatever, and they'll have this book with all the chat logs and everything else, and they'll get them to admit these things on video so that they have an actual confession that they're actually handing to the cops, and then they try to actually get the cops there to pick them up.
Do the cops usually show?
They're getting better. More and more of them are doing it. Broomfield
It sounds like that TV show where the guy used
It's similar, but yeah, his kids were molested, so he literally went on a hunt for these people.
No shit.
Yeah. And so most of the time, they don't arrest them right there because the DA wants to build a case or go over the evidence or whatever. They'll have it, and then they'll pick them up in a couple of days.
I tell a lot of my people to do a reverse image search. If they're not sure about somebody, like these romance scams, they just do a Google reverse image, and sometimes you'll be able to see that it's not really who he or she says they are.
Yeah.
If they're on an oil rig or if they're in the military, it's a scam. 100%.
Ugh.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Troubleshooter Show. Okay. 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 Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to ask
God, I'm
this,
still
but
going
is
back
she
and
alive?
forth on that Chiefs game. Every time I've watched them recently, man, it is so bad.
Yeah, but Miami hasn't exactly blown it up either.
The last two times I bet on Miami, they burned me.
They got Hill, though, man. And I think Hill's going to have something to prove.
Yeah, but he's got to be able to throw the ball in this wind and snow and cold. Buffalo's supposed to have 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh. Hey, dude. No, that's good, man. I got a question for you. So, let's say...
10 seconds, guys.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's go to people who've been waiting. Bridget, what's going on with this scam information you have? What's going on?
So I applied for a job on Indeed.
Yeah.
And got an offer letter from them.
And what's the company?
Well, first they texted me.
Who'd you apply with?
I thought they were in different name on Indeed.
Well, Indeed is just a platform. Who's the actual company?
Telus International.
Telos?
Telus. It's Telus.
Okay. And go ahead. What happened?
So they first of all they texted me about my resume and said it was very impressive and that they would like to set up a interview with me, and I had to go to this other platform called hold on one second. Signal.
Yeah.
And talk to text the guy.
Is Signal like a Zoom?
Yeah, it's kind of like Zoom, yeah.
Okay.
And then they gave me like a interview code. And so I had to give them the interview code.
Okay.
And then he started asking me questions through text messaging on Signal.
Okay.
And I answered all the questions and
what happened? What kind of questions did they ask?
Just like, job interview questions.
They didn't ask anything about bank accounts or anything like that, right?
No, not
Okay.
yet. No.
All right.
No, and I haven't even. I'm an accounting professional.
Why are you so
stuff like that? I got an offer letter. It was very, very convincing, and they told me to sign it and send it back to them, and so I did. And I kind of did a tiny bit of research, but I didn't research it.
Okay, so why aren't you taking the job?
So they were offering me a lot more money than what I was currently making.
What were you making?
23 an hour.
Okay.
And they were offering me 29.
Okay, so listen, wait a minute. Why didn't you end up getting the job?
So they said I got the job, right? And so I have this offer letter, and then I put my notice in at work because they wanted me to start on the 15th.
Okay.
And this all happened on Wednesday.
Okay.
And so I had to put my notice in, and today was my last day at work.
Okay, and what happened?
So they sent me a check.
Uh-oh. And it was drawn hold on, it was a scam check.
I'm not really sure. I have the check. I have not cashed
Okay,
the
tell
check.
me why are you suspicious about the check?
Because it says a different name on it. It
That's
says
right. We've
Clearview
covered this.
Installation
Does anyone
LLC.
remember the scam? Here's what happens. Let me explain this to you, Bridget. They stole checks or forged checks from another party, a company. That's how they're paying you. Now, but there has to be something in it for them. So either they're going to pay you a lot and want you to buy certain things for them, or send money back, or something they're going to get some work out of you. What do they want from you? That's the important thing. How much was the check for?
$4,980.
What was it supposed to be for? For wages, or were there also?
They never told me how much it was supposed to be. They just told me that I needed a list of supplies.
Hold on. Hold on. These supplies that you're supposed to buy with this check, what are you supposed to do with them? Send them to them?
No, they didn't even say anything like that to them. I didn't get that far.
Okay, that's what's going to happen. See, Bridget, for this scam to be a scam, it's got to be something in it for the scammer. In the last case we had, the scammer gave the woman money from another checking account that they stole checks from and told her to go out and buy stuff that she had to send to them.
This is probably like office supplies, Tom. But let me just say one thing.
No, it's more than office supplies.
Yeah,
but this
Bridget,
list, just hold on.
Okay.
Bridget, the list that they gave you, what was on it?
Like a desk. They wanted me to get a bookshelf. They wanted me to get an Apple Mac computer.
Yeah. And what did they? They didn't tell you. Then why did you? Let me ask you. Why are you suspicious? Let's just talk about that.
I don't know. I have this weird gut feeling. You know what I mean? Like.
And did you call the company where the check was drawn on?
No, I have not done that yet.
Okay.
So what I did was I went on to TELUS International, and they had a little, for people who are thinking about getting hired or a hiring thing. I went through their portal. I filled out this little form saying I'm suspecting that there's fraud because they're offering to send me a check. And in that portal it said that they would not offer employees monetary checks, like checks for supplies.
Also,
So
the checks are drawn on another company.
So,
what company are the checks drawn on?
Clearview Installation LLC.
And where is it out of? What's the address?
It is 8105 Odessa Place.
Where?
Building
What city?
A, Douglasville, Georgia.
Okay, if you call that company, and I suggest you do,
I will.
and you say to them, I'm in receipt of a check that we got drawn on your company, and I'm supposed to spend the money, and it came from this company called Telos, and I have a feeling it's a scam. Are you aware of this check? Does the check have a check number on it?
Yes, it says 8819.
Okay.
Coming from Southern States Bank.
Yep.
It even has like one of those, like those little things on the front of the check that they put that's like a
watermark.
It looks like a real check, a watermark.
Yeah.
It also says, not valid after 90 days.
Hey, Bridget,
very,
I
very
really,
convincing.
this has all the makings of scams we've handled in the past, and I'm pretty positive it's a scam.
Tom,
But-
can I just say one thing?
Yeah, you sure can. Let that company know, please, that you
anytime-
have this. Just hold on,
Okay.
Doc. Please
Yeah.
let this company
Okay.
know that you have the check and give them as much information as they need to bust this. What were you going to say, Doc?
Two things. Number one, if they don't do a Zoom interview where it's face-to-face, it's a scam, 100%.
That was going to be the next step. So
And number two-
Well, hold on.
I had all my supplies,
Hold
they would
on
do it.
1 second. That's wonderful. Except I don't want people listening to think if they do a Zoom that it's not a scam.
No, but you're missing a point. If it's just by text, it's a scam. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And number two,
we need to take a break.
But
Tom.
they can still do scams. I agree with Doc, but they can still do scams by Zoom and other means.
Absolutely.
Okay,
But, and
good.
the other thing is, there are so few legitimate work-at-home jobs. It's almost zero. So 99.9% of at-home
That's right.
jobs are a scam.
That's right. Hold on. We have more coming up.
KHOW Denver.
If you could please reach out to him quick.
Nothing here, buddy.
Thanks.
I'm sure someone there wants to know.
Tom, the only at-home jobs are if you're already hired by the company and you're an employee of theirs.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah. No, there are people who are hiring remote workers all day long now,
Clearview.
Doc. The world changed just a little.
But it's
pretty good sized
again,
company.
it's usually somebody who's already working for the company and it's allowing them to do remote.
No, actually not, Doc. I know it used to be, but now I swear to God, people are hiring. I have a friend who got hired. He lives in Denver and got hired in San Diego to do remote work. But
anyhow, what Jeremy
they're real companies, though, in San Diego.
Insurance.
It's a
Okay.
real
Forget
company
about the
he's
person.
working for.
But I bet you had a face-to-face interview.
They can demand
Yeah,
you
they
totally
did have a Zoom.
take it. So they can't. You can't say, "Well, I'm going to have it fixed and you pay for it."
I feel sorry for this girl, man.
Oh, I do too.
They won't give you shit.
Realistically,
Yeah, and I don't
all
think
she
that was ever
was a
part of the
job.
argument. The argument was he
She hasn't lost
didn't
any
I want to
money
find
yet.
out
being
more about her.
undervalued.
We might be able to
And
help her.
he didn't think that the repairs were outrageous.
Yeah.
So why not just fix the
I mean,
truck?
right, Tom? She hasn't
So-
lost any money.
And he
She
can do
just-
that, but the
she lost her
insurance
job.
company's not going to pay
Yeah,
him.
but ultimately, and that's what he was saying, is that
Let's just
you
find
know,
him more
the
value,
insurance
buy the
companies.
thing back and go fix it.
Yeah, but then it's salvage.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
you never know if they'll hire her back. They might.
I know. If I were her, I would go ask for them.
Yeah, she has nothing to lose.
I mean, in this day and age, if people are,
So
I
as
think
an
people
answer-
would hire her back.
But she's got a direct contact to someone. She goes, "I will call right away on this one." Because if it's happening to her, it can't be the only one, right? Although this company's so big, whoever's on call might not have any clue.
But even if they, I mean, what would they do if somebody's got fraudulent checks? Or
Well, here's the question. Clearview, do you ever send out a check to new employees to go out and buy a desk and shit for their house?
Well, it wasn't even Clearview who hired her. It was the other
No,
company.
but Mark called Clearview to find out whether or not they were doing. That's part of their practice.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This happens a lot where a company hires someone and all of a sudden a paycheck for that person shows up and it's from another company and then they say, "Oh, by the way, we need you to do this, this, and this as well." Or we're checking out this company, their customer service, order us a computer, send it to us, and tell us when the order's made so we can track the delivery. All of that. It's all a scam.
And, they're criminally liable for that stuff, Tom. It's money laundering.
Yeah. God, I feel sorry for her. She started crying. I can't take it.
Yeah, but she hasn't done it. What?
No, she quit.
No, she quit her other
She
job.
lost her job. That's the only thing so far.
And she can't go back and get
Well,
it?
we don't
I don't know,
yet.
Mark. That's what I think. You should call the boss and try to talk him into hiring her back.
I don't know how it went down at the end. Was it you son of a bitch?
got a better job,
I'm
you
glad I'll
motherfucker."
never see your ugly
You know what?
face again, you
know
prick.
what? Kachina, are you listening?
Yes.
I would, if you get her information, I wouldn't mind calling and calling her boss today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm dying. I wonder if she gave any notice.
She's an
I
employee
want
of
to help her
iHeart.
out.
How big of a bridge did she burn, or
Hey,
did
shut
she
up,
not
Mark.
burn?
Come on, Mark.
Bridget,
Poor lady. Poor lady, Mark.
that is.
No, I really want to help her.
Is how did you leave it with your former company?
Can I
Were
play
you
devil's
working
advocate for a second,
No,
Tom?
you can't, you son of a bitch. Go
Well,
ahead.
listen, if you were her boss and, you think, well, the next time somebody offers her more than $23 an hour, she's going to leave.
Yep.
So why should I hire her back?
You know what? Because people can't find people to work right now. That's why.
I was just playing devil's advocate.
No,
to see
no,
if-
but you're right. But listen, man, there are all kinds of people who are giving people second and third chances on shit.
Well, I'm more like, did she leave him high and dry?
No,
tell her
she
she
didn't.
needs a
She gave him
raise
2
to come
weeks'
back.
notice. Today was her last day.
Get a raise for her too while you're at it.
Hey,
Right off her feet.
Kevin,
better health
Kevin,
benefits.
Kevin, if you had a really good tech, let's just say he's a
Yep.
good tech, and thought he found a job, would you let him come back?
Most likely, yes.
Especially with 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah, if everything was cool between us, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You're probably right.
I got to make sure she gave 2 weeks. She said she gave notice. So let's see.
Hey, listen, it's 1 o'clock. I am out of here at 1:30, you ugly son of a bitch.
Oh, man. You got to feel for her, though. Seriously.
Of course you do. She's probably very young. She sounds young, doesn't she, Tom?
Yeah, she sounds young, yeah. Well, everyone sounds young to you, bastard.
That's true. Even you.
Gosh, dang it. You're right.
BETH.
So when I'm 80, Tom, I'm going to stop dyeing my hair.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, and what is her phone number?
Kevin, do you dye your hair?
Yeah, both of them.
Sucks when you got more nose hair and hair on your head.
I dye mine.
It happens.
I can't go.
15 seconds here,
I've got
guys.
This big old dip in my head.
Go. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Friday at 4, a major new study shows the devastating effects of marijuana on our teens and young adults. What is it going to take
Give
for
it a
the state
rest.
to reverse the mistake of legalization? Join me at 4.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. By the way, ProBid Energy solar systems, 21 grand all in with battery backup. You can't beat it. ProBidEnergy.com. That's after your tax credits, it's 21. Yeah, 303-623-1531, 623-1531. I feel bad for this woman. I want to call her boss and help her. I don't know. She may not want me to get involved. Bridget, you were scammed. You were looking to better yourself. Did you give your boss 2 weeks' notice or not?
I did not.
How much notice?
3 days.
Was he pissed?
I think she might be a little bit upset.
Did you call her?
No, I actually talked to my manager. My manager actually talked to the controller in my office, and I actually went in and talked to her today, and she said because I was actively looking for another job, and
so they won't hire you back?
Yeah.
That's exactly what Doc said, as devil's advocate, as he put it.
Hey, so they won't.
I feel like this is like a good learning lesson for me.
Can I ask you something? Are you a CPA, Bridget? Bridget, are you a CPA?
No, I'm not.
What are you?
No. I used to work. I worked my way up in accounts payables, and then was able to get another job. I don't have a degree.
Do you know accounting?
I do.
Okay. And what?
I do accounts payables and receivables.
Okay. And where have you worked before?
I've worked at Hazen Research. I worked there for almost 15 years.
Okay. You hear people are hurting right now. Do you think you can get another job pretty quickly?
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
But, I feel really dumb right now.
But you didn't cash that check, right?
I did not, and I did not give them my social security number,
Good.
and I did not fill out any type of other forms.
Good.
So,
Good.
yeah.
Bridget, if
Because
anyone's
I was-
looking for an
I was
accounting
really worried
worker,
about
book
this,
is it you can do accounts receivable, accounts payable, basic.
Hey, Bridget, up
And
till
purchasing.
this point, did your boss like you? Up till this point?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm trying.
How many workers are there like you, Bridget?
What do you mean at my job?
Yeah. In other
I
words,
think
how
I was
many
the
of
only
you are there?
APAR person.
How many of you are there?
I was the only, as far as I know, I was the only APAR person at that job.
Okay.
It might already be
And
filled.
They do have like title clerks in the office and stuff, so it could help out.
Is it a title company?
No, I worked for a dealership.
A car dealership?
Hmm.
Okay.
You guys are talking about cars today.
What kind of car dealership? I don't want to know the name. I don't want to get them in trouble. They didn't do anything. What?
I don't want to get them in trouble either. So.
I mean, car dealers are always looking for people.
Yes.
Um,
I have a background in research and development as well.
For
because
what?
I worked for Hazen Research, is the company that I used to work for, and they were in like the mining industry and the engineering industry, really.
Bridget, leave your information with Kachina here, because if we hear people who listen to this and listen to the podcast and watch the later broadcast of this, they may call us, and I'm going to let them know we have your information.
Okay.
All right? So hold on and leave your information. I feel bad for you. I really do. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, One Clear Choice Garage Doors. We're talking about cars. Well, let's talk about garages. You can't get it closed. It's an emergency. You can't go to bed all night with it open, or if you can't get it open. And they have 24-hour service 7 days a week at One Clear Choice Garage Doors. They also have new doors, new panels, new hinge bolts. They do new openers of all kinds, the sidewinders, whatever you want, they have. And you can find their prices on their website. That's how proud they are. They're at 720-370-3987, oneclearchoicedoors.com.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Slow driving continues through the downtown area. I-25 northbound, a crash in the right lane approaching 6th Avenue has stop and go back from University. We're seeing about 16 minutes of delays. 6th Avenue eastbound, some slow driving on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. And it's wintry driving out west into the high country. I-70 east and westbound, we're seeing slower speeds between Silverthorne and Vale. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a pinpoint weather alert weekend. We've got an overnight low of -4 degrees tonight, and it's not getting much warmer Saturday and Sunday. We are expecting about 3 to 4 inches of snow Saturday afternoon. The current temperature in Denver is 33 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
At Progressive, they're making things even easier.
Coming up next, buddy.
Help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. That's Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Keel and Park are estate planning attorneys. That's an E on the end of each of those common spellings, Keel and Park. What they do is they take a look at your entire life, your lifestyle, your finances, and then put together a plan. This is all free of charge as far as the initial look. If you decide you want to go ahead with their plan for what you need for your circumstance, they give you flat rates for doing it. Some of it, partial, or all of it. You decide. Or altering it, but you'll know the price up front of everything. It's a very easy and cool and safe way of doing business, and everyone needs some kind of an estate plan, whether it's a simple will, a trust, or more. LawKP.com. 970-818-8198. 970-818-8198. LawKP.com.
We'll finalize, okay? Hang on.
No, fuck no. Maybe some ribs, though.
Hey, Gary, just in case we
I don't
run
know,
out of
something.
time, can I
But
get
I can't
the best
smoke
number
after
to
last
reach you
week.
at?
How cold
And
do you
I will
think it
call
was
you
before
on
you said
Tuesday.
that?
We're off on Monday for the holiday.
Like 10?
But I will
I mean,
call
it
you
wasn't
on
0.
Tuesday at 10 a.m. when we first start.
Actually, it
What
might
is
have
the
been.
best number to reach you at?
Well, I'm just going to throw it out there, close the lid, and visit it in about 8 hours. I'm not going to fuck with it. Yeah.
I got a cool little temp.
And that's 303-921-7427.
It goes right to my phone.
The Wi-Fi temperature.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's actually Bluetooth.
And 10 a.m. All right, we're going to try to get to you, so just be patient with me.
Yeah, they're not bad.
If by chance we do run out of time, I will reschedule you for Tuesday, and everything will be good, okay? Hold on.
Half hour, when you set where you're going, it'll give you a good idea when it'll get
It's
there.
on 3.
Yeah, somebody just called.
It's
Good
not
afternoon.
cold.
Thanks
I
for
mean,
calling the
it's
Tom Martino Show.
It's supposed to be like -10 tomorrow morning. I can't imagine setting that thing up to -10.
Okay, we're just about ready to close shop for today at 2 o'clock. So I can reschedule you and call you back on Tuesday at 10 a.m. when we come back in.
No. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I like about pork. I ended up, that brisket I did last week, I ended up freezing it.
I'm sorry, what?
That's why I go to the business center, because their stuff's a lot fresher. It's ready. So it's, like 10 days worth of.
Is it any cheaper
Hi.
here?
20 cents a
Did
pound.
you have an issue that you
Little
wanted
bit.
to talk to Tom about?
But they got a whole lot more cuts. Yeah. They probably got 20 different beef cuts. Because they had three different quality, quality of brisket.
Well, we are actually getting ready to
They had
end the show
Wagyu.
for today, so I can, if you give me a good number, I can call you back when we open at Tuesday at 10 a.m.
How about have you ever smoked, what do they call that, a prime rib?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what is your name?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You
Thing I
smoked
like
the
to
prime rib?
It's
And
just an
what
oven,
is your number?
basically.
Yeah.
So,
Best way to do prime ribs in the deep fryer.
it is good.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's intimidating,
Yeah,
though, wrapping
baby.
that $100
I'm sorry,
piece of
one more
meat up.
time. You broke up on the last four numbers.
Comes out good, though.
It comes out freaking
it's like
awesome.
it's a freaking meteorite on the outside.
Yeah,
That's
you take it out of there, you swear you just made a briquette.
What did I do?
And what is it?
When you cut into it,
bright
it's
red,
holy
yeah.
cats, it's good.
It is good.
A subcontractor for your house?
About 4 minutes per pound, you're done.
It's
Bone
amazing
in.
how fast, yeah, because all that.
Okay,
fat
one
is
more
in
time.
there.
You're breaking up really bad.
But yeah, when we first took it out, I looked at my brothers like, "You tell them, hey, this is your idea," because it looked like shit. I'll be honest, it was.
But it
Yep.
tasted great.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, take it out of there, let it sit for about 25
Yeah,
minutes.
you definitely gotta let it rest. Crusty on the outside, real, heavy
How long do you
spices.
fry it for?
4 minutes per
4
pound.
minutes per pound.
Wow,
Oh, it's flies, yeah. It flies.
You gotta have a big old deep fryer, though.
Same as turkey fryer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We've had, you know what she got me for Christmas, man? A big old turkey or chicken. What brand is that, babe?
Yeti?
Yeti. So it's a Yeti 5-gallon food safe. So you can.
So you can brine it?
Yeah, but not only that, it keeps it cold, so
Yep.
you don't have to put it in the
Put it in
fucking
the
fridge. Move shelves around and shit.
You don't realize how big a deal that is until you try to find a spot. for
Until
your
you need it.
5-gallon bucket in your refrigerator.
Yeah, and then if
Hi,
you
hon,
try
just
to
in
brine
case
in a
we
bowl,
run out
it
of
goes
time because
this
we're getting ready to end the show,
Yeah,
can
you
I
gotta
get
brine it
your
in
phone
a
number so
cooler.
I can
That's what I
call you
always do.
back on Tuesday when we come
Yeah, but
in
Yeti, there's still
at
ice.
10
Oh,
a.m.
no, I'm not
when we
arguing.
open the
Yeah,
show?
the Yeti is.
It's weird how they do it so
Yeah.
well.
They charge for it.
Oh, yeah.
I think Shannon's got
Okay.
he's got a
Okay.
cooler
What's your
around the
number?
cooler. I forget, it might be Yeti. But that's
10 seconds here, guys.
you ice it.
It's fired up.
Leland Conway is super interesting.
Dan Caplis every afternoon to hear him give it to the liberals.
Denver's talk station.
Yeah, best local station for conservative talk.
630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Let's talk to someone who identifies themselves as anonymous. What the heck's going on there? Hey, hello, what's going on?
Hello, Tom. On May 1st, 1985, when I was 14 years old, my mom, sorry, you have another crier. My mom left, and she said she was going to take her life by driving her car into the canal behind our house.
How old were you then?
I was 14.
Okay.
May 1st, it'll be 39 years.
Mm-hmm.
This weekend, I got a call from the Miami Police Department telling us they found her car in the canal right by our house, right where we said she was going to be.
Just recently?
Saturday night, they called me.
And tell me what's going on. What can we do to help you?
I want to know if there's anything to pursue with the police department because they let us go. They let us go. We told them where she would be, and they never looked for her there.
Do you think they could have found her alive?
No.
Okay, hold on a
but
second.
we went through-
Kachina, it's important you get her to come back. We're going to find some legal advice for you. So you hang on. Okay, seriously. We're going to call you back. I'm Tom Martino.
All right, you clear, buddy?
Follow Tom Martino